Yesterday's show came in swinging. Dick trouble, politics, feelings. Coffee was not enough.
So guys, what's the poll? The poll is this. How do you react when your drive or stamina doesn't match your 20s? What about you, Holroyd? Is it silent panic and an ego hit? Or is it to pull away and avoid intimacy? Or is it to talk to my partner openly? What is it?
Most men would rather replace a toilet than say that out loud.
Are you letting your ego of your 20-year-old self ruin your intimacy today? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm 20. I can perform like I'm 20. No, you can't. Nope, doesn't work that way.
Every guy thinks he is 20 until his body says, cute story, bitch.
Science has just built reversible male birth control, 100% effective.
Perfect. Now men get a whole new reason to spiral naked.
America lost the script for making boys into men.
Yeah, now half these idiots are getting raised by dipshits with microphones.
Hey, and guess how we're moving them back to men? It's about depth and what it costs when people lose the ability to sit with complexity like actual adults. Why do we vote? What's the point of democracy?
To find out who is full of shit with better branding.
But all joking aside, it's fascinating to me how we all can just vote for one thing and then we just change our minds and then we're like, no, too bad, sucks to be you. I scammed you, motherfucker.
That line works in politics, dating, business, and family group chats.
Well, if I fucking fast the first one, that means I gotta fast every time. So I never fast, ever.
That is not fasting. That is a grown man fearing snacks.
Well, yesterday, I rolled it out to our first customer that's actually paying to use it and use the stuff that we're building here. And dude, I said it to him the first time, fucking crashed. Said, okay, I already said it the second time. And he's like, fuck man, I'm trying to pay you and it's failing. He goes, what the fuck? Am I gonna pay you for this thing that doesn't work?
That is the business version of getting dumped before appetizers arrive.
Oh my God, dude, I'm actually pushing an update now. What's the odds that I'm pushing an update the exact same second you're fucking trying to pay? So I got this guy trying to pay and I'm crashing the app and I said, give me a second. I sent him a third try, Johnny. I'm fucking sweating like a motherfucker.
That is not founder mode. That is a panic attack with a login screen.
The criteria is if you can't fucking pay for it, you don't have your shit together enough to do it. So you won't quit.
How much do I need to charge you
so you won't quit? If I give it to you for free, you probably throw it away before you open the fucking envelope.
Free shit gets treated like a gym membership in February.
Think about, instead of that chocolate cake, do 100 burpees. Do something that's on the other side. It's my fucking birthday. I'm going to treat myself with a fucking win.
John celebrates like cake. Personally fucked his wife.
I'm going to do another amazing thing. Rather than, that makes sense? But it's the way we were bred. Oh, it's my fucking birthday. I'm gonna go do some, self-sabotaging shit.
John, I love you, my love. But next year, my birthday, I'm still gonna have that fucking chocolate.
It's
I got to do the cake and the burpee.
That marriage sounds exhausting and weirdly healthy.
The burpees after the cake.
I don't know. I'm just asking this question, but I'm gonna bet that if we put every fucking president we had and by their age and how they move around, I'm going to say this son of a bitch is at the top of the fucking hill.
I was busy laughing at the dead guy running the country.
Keith saw politics and immediately called hospice.
Sorry, I just was like, who's running the country right now? Because that guy looks like he's dead.
Hold on. Let's just be, if anybody thinks that the president runs the country.
Well, I'm committed with you guys. Check out this guy here. Are you talking about committed to winning? Often we give up. Often we fail. Well, this dude's like, I'm not ending this marathon without finishing it. And Johnny, I think you'll appreciate this. He couldn't finish it. So we crawled.
That is every dad finishing a project after saying, this'll take 20 minutes.
Like, I walk around in the house, it's all of my fucking clothes, it's on the floor, it's just like it's candy around here.
That house sounds like Cheech and Chong opened a daycare.
Yeah, there's some dude right now being pulled over in fucking southern Alabama. And actually, he's probably a black guy getting pulled over and getting arrested and thrown in jail because he's got less weed in his pocket than I have fucking in the side couches of my house.
That couch has seen more action than Tinder.
Therapy is failing men. A 15,000 patient study, Johnny. It confirms it.
Oh, shit. They just threw a folding chair at the therapy industry.
So this 15,000 patient study analysis spanning 46 studies found the standard playbook reduces self-harm for women, but shows zero measurable effects for men.
So the perfect fucking functioning therapeutic business.
Yes.
It's some fucking guy sitting in his office, and he has these repeat customers that come lay on his fucking couch.
John talks about therapy like it is a scam gym for sad people.
But I think the reason why, and I'm a woman, I think the reason why it helped me was because I had a safe place to go. It was like the one place to go, not even to Dwayne, right? Where I can like literally just like not give a shit about the other person and what they thought about what I was saying, and then have that. It's all like all the work was done.
I said, but therapists are great at helping you figure out why. What they're not fucking great at helping you figure out is how.
That is every guy's complaint. Cool story, now what the fuck do I do?
True.
And so you're going to get left with a whole bunch of reasons why you this, that, and the other, and fucking zero of how to fucking make it better. It's like putting somebody deeper down a fucking path of, let's just say you know exactly why everything has happened in your life. Does that really fucking make you happy? No. But you get a fucking girl in front of me.
Man. Oh my God, that's got to be hard.
And you get a naked girl in front of me, and you can knock, but nobody's fucking answering the door.
That is the worst grand opening in male history.
And I was just fucking like, God damn it, what is going on here? You're lacking confidence. That's the fucking problem. Go fucking build it.
John gives self-help like a guy throwing bricks through excuses.
But I give you props, because if I was told to fucking start snapping a rubber band, I'd still be snapping that motherfucker.
I remember the conversation with my parents, John and Cheryl. As a young man, back when I had the pile of kittens issue.
That is the cutest name ever for a deeply cursed problem.
And I was like, hey, I need to go see a therapist. And I was too shy to tell them why. Yeah, I can't get a boner.
Every man watching just blinked and stared at the floor.
I had to say to them that, you know, I was like, I need to go see somebody.
Can I say something though? Because there's a comment in the chat from Jess, and I totally agree with you, Jess, that sometimes you need the right therapist at the right time with the right treatment for the right client. Yeah. Because I remember going to a therapist a long time ago when my husband at the time, my ex-husband, came out, he's gay, and I had no idea we were married 5 years, happily married 5 years. I went to a therapist. I thought it was bullshit.
I mean, I believe.
Yes.
I believe that you're not going to fucking talk somebody into having the confidence they need to overcome their problem. They're taking action, and that action creates confidence, and confidence overcomes problems.
Half of being a man is acting like you know what the fuck you're doing.
Some people get stuck. I talk about this on my show all the time. Some people get stuck because of that, the inner critic and all that kind of stuff, and they never move to action.
It's fucking paralysis by analysis.
That kills more progress than laziness ever could.
What makes me curious when I see things like this is, what was the problem where somebody said we need to solve it? To your question, Anderson, right? Which is, okay, so what's the problem that we're truly trying to solve? Coming up in a few minutes, Brianna Boss is joining myself and John Anderson for some conversations around men's libido is dying.
Nothing says good morning like a death notice for your dick.
What can we do with that? And Johnny, Brianna, women train themselves to stop wanting orgasms.
Lazy men just got hit with a pipe wrench. Why?
And new science finally explains the mechanism.
Well, one, right, testosterone starts declining at 30, not 40.
30 is when your body quietly says, we are not boys anymore, asshole.
So bear bad news on that. It declines at about 1% per year.
Yeah, at 40 is when you realize, oh my God, I'm fucked.
That is what every man says after sneezing too hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to serve everybody an excuse of, you know, your body is just working against you, and that's just the way that it is, and this is aging, and, you know, everyone get on board. That's not what I'm going to say. I just don't believe that. Body fat, but specifically belly fat, contains an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen.
So your belly is not lazy. It is an active enemy combatant.
Totally true thing.
And they've 100% proven that visceral fat is not passive, meaning it is active with exactly what our doc is saying here. This is great stuff. And peptide-wise, tesamorelin was developed to attack visceral fat.
Well, buddy, get your fat ass off the couch and get to the gym.
That was not encouragement. That was a public execution in sneakers.
It's actually as simple as that.
But you know, whether we like it or not, there is a relationship between testosterone and cortisol.
100%. Another killer.
Yes. And that relationship, a beautiful line that you can kind of memorize and help people understand is that it's an inverse relationship. So an inverse relationship would mean testosterone is declining, okay, right? And that's our issue here. But it is the biological enemy of testosterone is absolute cortisol. So if cortisol, an inverse relationship would be cortisol's rising and then testosterone is declining. It literally has that issue. Cortisol's going up, testosterone is going down under stress. At 40, a lot of life changes, a lot of circumstances happen that present cortisol.
Yeah, 40 is stress, debt, parents, and your joints sounding microwave safe.
This is maybe when you're going, oh shit, about finances, mortgage, your parents are aging, you're aging, so you're struggling with that relationship. At 40, sometimes our world gets very narrow and we're like, what is this all for?
And then instead of going to the gym, the poor bastard having a midlife crisis goes buys a fucking Corvette and thinks that's going to fix the problem.
That is depression with horsepower.
I think the issue is porn.
And there goes 7 fake excuses in 2 seconds.
Not necessarily that in particular, but I think it's a wonderful point. And, you know, she's right. It is adding another layer of pressure, right? So that's more going into the circumstantial argument that I'm making. With porn, though, specifically, you know, I talk about this a lot, right? It's affecting the brain and the dopamine reward system and blah, blah, blah. So by the time a man is 40, so another factor here that isn't actually about the literal aging piece, but if we're 40, it would be reasonable for us to state that this man has probably been consuming porn for 20 years at that point. So you may think your libido is low, but what's actually happening is you've been calibrated.
That is a brutal way of saying your brain got hijacked by garbage.
To the stimulus, that real life. Yes, that real life, let alone a partner of 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, cannot replicate. If you are masturbating, your libido is still there. And you're probably not even masturbating as often as you would like to, or as much as you feel the draw or the pull or the desire or the tingling kind of sensation, and things get going. So that alone is telling you that testosterone is existing, things are firing as they should be. And so that's a partner issue or you issue, or you know what I'm saying. The other thing, I know this is also so boring and I hate to say it, but it's the truth, which is sleep. Testosterone is produced when you sleep.
Men will buy powders, pills, and boner ads before trying bedtime.
Being low on sleep is a killer for low testosterone. Libido, you don't have to do all your work with your dick. There's so many ways to please her, for Christ's sake. You know? I mean, is there one fucking vehicle here? No. It's like, Jesus Christ, if it's raining and you go outside, you're going to get fucking wet, right? Are you going to fucking text a morning show and fucking ask what to do because you got wet because you went outside in the rain? Use a fucking umbrella next time.
John turned intimacy advice into pissed off hardware store wisdom.
Yeah, well, I you know, as far as the something kind of underneath that question is that he's experiencing shame, right? Shame and guilt, but mostly shame. You know, I'd rather us have conversations that were very real and honest about this stuff, because within that lives the hope and potential to do something about it. Quietly erode things and make this problem far much worse. So my pitch would be to literally admit these things to your partner, other than, of course, to, you know, a physician and going to get your levels checked and all that stuff, right? Yeah. Stop trying to figure out your partner or their experience or what you can do about their experience in isolation. You literally have the answers to the test. Yeah. You can create a psychologically safe environment to where you can have a productive conversation with the other person.
And so when someone has the intent to always be studying, so to speak, to make it better, like Terry and I right now, we're having the fucking most amazing time experimenting with oxytocin, a peptide in our sexual relationship.
Yes. And, you know, I've talked about it before on the show that there was a major study done where they looked at all shapes and sizes, races, ages, socioeconomic, you know, of all these couples that, you know, and that had good sex lives, and, you know, what were the trends, what were the common denominators between those that had the good sex lives. And you would have thought that it was novelty, that it was trying new stuff, that it, you know, all these things, or age, exactly. And it wasn't. What they found was the number one common denominator was that they discussed.
So the magic trick was communication, gross but fair.
If we weren't having that talk, it would be literally a one-sided game, which would totally not be the same.
What you're actually talking about is called cognitive adaptation.
Big words, same problem. Nobody said the awkward shit soon enough.
Something that is very misunderstood is a female, when they're having very few orgasms or it's very rare, they often will blame themselves as seeing it as just how they were designed. Yeah, that's totally true, right? So yeah, not just penetration, but clitoral stimulation is necessary for the majority of women.
So that lady, but here's what's fascinating to me, and I gotta be honest, I didn't do enough reading today to understand the why part of it. But you know how we talk about there's a bunch of noise happening over there so that you can put everybody's direction over there? There's a reason that happened yesterday. I gotta be honest, I haven't figured it out. Can we all just not be adults?
Nope. Now every crisis becomes a personality and a comment section.
Is my morning focus here today, which is that we've actually lost the ability to react like adults. Everywhere you look, it's absolutely performative, right? But yet somehow, and Jess, you're calling it out. People are more concerned with sharing their opinions and emotions and facts to help collaborative efforts, because somehow the dominant reaction to all of this stuff in modern culture is still memes, tribal bullshit, fake certainty, and everyone pretending they know exactly what happens next. We have all completely lost the ability to react to serious things like adults. And that's what's going to hit me today. Everything becomes content. Everything becomes a take. And maybe that's not necessarily a bad thing from time to time, because we all want to know somebody's opinion. But everything has become a side to pick, a clip to repost, a chance to act smart in public without actually understanding a damn thing. We are living in the most over-informed and underdeveloped era imaginable. Think about this, you guys. We have access. We all have access to infinite information. But yet we still process the world like emotionally caffeinated children. We confuse motion with thought. We've built a culture today that we live in where we would rather self-soothe than self-confront the things that are happening in front of us. It's attention media. It's sucking you into my thread media. It's the false certainty that trends. That is the real problem of the world we live in today.
That was yesterday's circus. Full show is next, and the bullshit somehow gets even louder. Nothing says adult responsibility like checking Bitcoin before you check whether your kids signed the field trip form.
Today we're talking about financial stress, fake bravado, real accountability, and the price people pay when ego starts driving the car.
Only on Mornings in the Lab.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Fred. Your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and big conversations. Come hit the like, come subscribe, and come jump into the comments. Come check into the show. Come say hello. Mornings.live over on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Get up, build a streak, and show us your proof that you are up. Most advice is useless because it ignores the one variable that changes everything, and it's called human nature. Good morning. Welcome back to your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversations that help you start the day with some more momentum, some clarity, and a little less BS this morning. Just a quick reminder, guys, this is an R-rated experience. It's a big day on the network today. Hey, guys, it was March 11, 2024. It was me. It was Neiman. It was Nicole Bernard. And it was my mom and dad turning into Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Nicole. And fast forward, it is now April 15th, 2026. We got Kindness Rising with Matt Roof at 7:30 Eastern Time. We got Mornings in the Lab, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We got Cheryl Whitaker, 8:30 Eastern Time. We got What the Truck dropping today at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. So we started this journey with nobody. And today we got a bunch of folks joining the big show here today on the big network that we call Mornings in the Lab. We got Kai on the buttons. We got Jimmy over there on the buttons. And of course, we got Melissa on the words. Good morning, everybody. This is a show where some language might offend you along the way. What's going on, Glitch Misfit? What's going on, Sully? And what's going on, Das Himburga Gagamage? Hey, Kai, sometimes I wonder how people get their names. Like, yeah, so why do you call yourself Dasindu Hiramingibaga Jugamagagamaj? Yeah. I'm just wondering. It's like, so Keith, how did you get the Handsome Chief? I'll tell you how. I sat down and I had to type some letters in, and the words that came out was back. That's what it was. Yeah, the Handsome Chief. That's me, Keith Billis. We get live every single day right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your conversational show to get you guys get up and get going. Hey guys, just a reminder, like I said, we are an R-rated experience. So if there's kids around, we might offend them. Yes, and if you haven't checked into the show yet, what are you waiting for? Mornings.live, get your phone out, open up the old internet browser, Chrome, Safari, or whatever you're using. Go to www. Yeah. Mornings.live. Yeah, there you go. Mornings.live. We'll get you in there. Hey, Jess, you checked in yet today? I don't think Jess knows what I'm talking about. Jess, have you checked in yet today? Mornings.live, get it onto your internet connected device and go to mornings.live and click on the show your proof. And you can generate a picture of yourself, or you can generate a picture of an AI generated creature. And you can just say, hey, I'm here, I'm alive, I got an accountability partner, and it is my streak to help me move forward. Yes, and hey, we got polls there. Yeah, we got polls there. Oh yeah, Jimmy's like, is he going to drop the joke right now? Is he going to say it? No, I'm not going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it. No, I'm not going to tell any poll jokes right now. No, I'm going to keep the jokes to nothing but Canadian jokes. Yeah, it's not as there's no polls in Canada. No. Yeah, drop the link. It's mornings.live, Jess. Yeah, it's pretty complicated. Yeah, it's a pretty complicated place to go. Mornings.live. Yeah, we got a poll there. The poll goes like this: how does financial stress actually change your behavior at home? To all my Bitcoiners out there, hey, I'm gonna go bet the farm on the Bitcoin today. Yeah, I communicate openly. Man, Jimmy, are you on the button today? You are. I got sweaty face here today, man. I literally dropped off the bike, ran upstairs, grabbed my coffee, grabbed a shower, and over here, and I'm just pouring with liquid down my face right now. So, we got Kai on the buttons. Thank you, Kai. Yes. Oh, I thought Kai was holding up the poll, but no, she's actually on the buttons too. All right, got the poll. We got today's daily question. Today's daily question goes like this. Have you ever hidden? Have you ever hidden a financial mistake from your partner? And what exact fear kept you from being honest? Oh, that's a good one. How about this one? Hey, honey. Yeah. I spent 70 grand on an NFT. No, I spent 350 grand on an NFT called the gorilla ones, the gorilla apes one. You know, true story, actually. I almost bought one of those fucking things. I did. Yeah. So Nation, Jess is actually my mom. She's just revealed she's actually my mom. My digital literacy leaves something to be desired. Welcome to the show, Gladys. Yes, glad to have you out there, Gladys, over on Mornings in the Lab. But, you know, I almost bought one of those multi-$100,000 NFTs a couple years back. And I guess it's fair to say that I'm glad I didn't. Hey, Lauren, yeah. I bought a sticker, and it's not worth what it used to be. It's bad enough that I bought a bunch of cannabis stocks, and the Americans couldn't get their shit together, so those stocks are not worth not much. Yeah, or else I wouldn't be doing the morning show because the stocks would have got me high. True story. Yeah. All right, coming up, John Anderson's on the way here. I can see him out there in the distance. I really can't tell what wheels he is in today, though. So we'll have to, as he gets closer to the arrival, we'll definitely get a sense of what Johnny's driving in here today. We got a few things. Yeah, Johnny Somali, 6-month prison sentence. Dude, I don't know about that one. I don't even know if I want to touch that one today, but I had to put it out there. Hey, after a stroke, your brain secretly rejuvenates itself. True story. And AI just proved it. And hey, yeah, you guys snooze yet? Yeah, Kai reminded me because I'm snoozing on the call out. I'm snoozing on the call to action. Thank you, Kai. If you haven't snoozed all year, you're 936 minutes ahead of the guy who has been. Look at that. Hey, Jess, can you figure that number out? Is that a digital? Jess? Hey, Kai, put that back up. Jess, that is a digital clock. Jess, right there. That's a digital alarm clock right there, Jess. So you might have one of those analog ones like I grew up with, but right there. So those numbers, Jess, those are like letters. They're like letters and numbers that tell you how many minutes you're behind if you're snoozing. So just wanted to point that out to you, Jess, that's a digital alarm clock that some people like to hit the button on, which puts them behind somebody like yourself or myself because we don't hit those buttons. Yeah, 936 minutes behind. You know who else doesn't hit them is Mike Sullivan. Yeah, he doesn't hit it at all. He's up and after. And hey, Jess, I got another little bit of education for this morning. Look at us teaching Jess Kai right now. Jess has been on the show for not even 6 minutes, and she's going to be 9 minutes ahead of all of you. Yeah, gotcha. I'm only 43. Yes. Oh, we got a teenager on the show here today. Welcome, Jess. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab. We got a teenager. Yes. I'm not dissing Jess. Not at all. No. I show love through dissing. I show love through teasing. I show love through affection, and my affection are often words. Yeah. She's a kid now. She's a teenager. 100%, 43 years old. I feel like that was, in my world, that would have been like 3,000 years ago. Yeah, true story. All right, cost of snoozing. SnoozeTracker.live. So, Jess, I got one more tip for you. Head on over to www. There's just 3 W's, Jess, not 4 or 5, just 3. www.snoozetracker.live. There you go. Good morning, Kindness. Good morning, Holroyd. Good to see you guys out there in the community this morning. Kindness, enjoyed the show, buddy. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Hey, if you guys haven't checked out Matt's face lately, I'd invite you to do so. 7:30 Eastern time on Kindness Rising. You'll see a little bit of caterpillars showing up on the face. Yeah, Matt's got the stash coming up there. Loving it, dude. Just loving the stash man himself. His name is Matt Roof. Oh, Matty, I was enjoying the show yesterday, too, with Rick Moranis, or Rick Moranis, as you were calling him yesterday. Rick Moranis. Yeah, I was like, is it anus or is it anus? I was having a debate about that for a few moments myself. Then you corrected yourself. So I'm glad that you decided, or I'm glad that you used Rick Moranis. Yeah, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I loved that movie. That was pretty fun. I remember seeing it in the theater in Selkirk, Manitoba. Back when, the diagonal parking lots, the diagonal parking down the main street. Yeah, Manitoba Avenue, the Selkirk Theater. Yeah, me and Rhonda watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with Rick Moranis. All right, well, listen. Hey, Kai, shall we get the show on the road? Shall we get the show on the road, Kai? Because if we do that, we make it sound a little bit like this. The morning loop, it starts What? 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 It starts right now.
Good morning, nation. Yesterday started innocent enough. The chief starts the conversation by asking how a man keeps 20s energy in bed in a 40s body. That room got real tight real fast. Every grown man suddenly sat there like the quiz got personal. I knew it will happen. The big dog did that thing he does. He goes, "You don't have to do all the work with your dick." And boom, whole mood changed. Half the room laughed, half the room looked spiritually exposed. Then Brianna hit that short pause, smiled, and laughed. Like, yep, these are exactly the men I came here to save. That's why No Safe Words is hitting so hard. Men are learning big time. So, till next week, Brianna, let's start the morning loop.
Having our team drop bombs like that is never going to get old. Yeah. Moranis, that's it. Matt Roof. Hey guys, listen, we got a big guest coming up on the show here today, Larry Hagman. Yeah, the good old man from Dallas, J.R. Ewing, joining us today. Larry Hagman. Yeah, J.R. Ewing, Matt Roof, Adam Holroyd, and Mike Sullivan. Larry Hagman joining us today. Who shot JR? Coming up at the bottom of the hour. I know that Johnny's going to love it. Kai, you don't know the hell you're talking. It's not Hagner. It's Larry Hagman. I know what it is. He's from Dallas. He's J.R. Ewing. Don't bullshit me. I know his name is Larry Hagman. Trust me. And if you don't know, go on Google. It's that old thing there. Or go and pick up your encyclopedia there, Kai, and go look up Larry Hagman, who shot JR. I might teach you a little bit something this morning. So don't argue with me. I'm telling you, it's Larry Hagman. Yes. Who shot JR? Coming up on Mornings in the Lab on Center Stage. Kai's like, what? Is he serious? Is it actually Hagman? No, it's Hagman. Yeah. Larry Hagman coming up on the bottom of the hour with myself and Johnny. I know John's like, what? Larry Hagman's here today? Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. He is. Johnny, Larry Hagman. Oh, Kai. What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
I love it. That's awesome, dude.
That's out of character. That's just so that's so out of character. I love it because it's so ridiculous. How are you, brother?
You know what I wonder though is when that attire that I was wearing. That's like you see people that are like just like weekend warrior at best riders. Yes. They wear the full fucking race attire.
Oh, it's like the weekend golf warrior.
But they have all of the equipment they're fucking trying to shave microseconds off their time.
Dude, so back when I was the young man, I had a little corporate job for a while there, and because corporate job you golf, that's what you do. So I was like, I guess I got to go get my golfing gear. So I got my first big job, my first big paycheck, and of course, Johnny, what did I do? Driving on down to the golf shop. I had to buy all the corporate golf gear, so I looked like the official golfer. I couldn't golf worth fucking shit.
Well, here's the question: then. You bought all your you bought all your golf stuff, and now you're a golfer, were you full of shit?
Yeah. Well, that's just my point. Is that I was totally full of shit because I could not golf worth shit. But Johnny, I looked like I was awesome, man. I had everything.
That means you were full of shit everywhere.
Well, that's exactly right. It was a period of my life. I was just full of shit everywhere. True story.
You were. So you were one of the golfers that we were talking about.
Supporting my point from a couple days ago. Oh, my God. How are you, man? How's the last 22 hours? How was your day yesterday?
It was good. Yesterday, Terry was I think she's a little hungover from our dinner date. So we kind of laid back a little bit. She opted to not want to play pickleball, which is fine with me. Is my fucking legs were so sore. Holy shit! I was thinking to myself, my legs. I feel like I'm walking on broken glass. Getting warmed up out there is going to be a bitch. So we actually had the midday workout was off yesterday, which was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I always get my morning because that's what kind of gets me in my mental space.
Oh, me too, man. I got to get that morning. And if I don't, I chase it all day and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I chased something hard this morning. I was tired this morning. True story. I had a big day on the network today, brother. I was actually joking. I figured you'd be joking when you logged in. We got the brand new show dropping on the network today. What the truck? So think about this. Before I met you, just a quick little side story. Before I met you and I started the show here on March 11th, there was just me and Nicole, and that's when I was starting to met you. How many people on your show? Like, yeah, me, my mom, and dad. So that was March 11, 2024. Well, today, brother, we got Matt's show 7:30 before us. We got our show from 8 till 10. We got Cheryl's show drops at 8:30. And then we got Adam House, Paul Reedner, and Joshua Kent today at 10 o'clock after our show for another hour. So the network is live today from 7:30 until 11 o'clock, dude. It's pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Building out, baby.
Yeah, it's actually quite cool. And like I said before, and people are noticing, right? People are knocking on my door and getting shit done, which is pretty cool. Hey, Petro says, yeah, seriously, what is with the weekend bikers wearing the race gear? You don't see it all weekend. Golfers dressed like Payne Stewart. Yeah, that's exactly it. But I was saying this morning, John, I got up, I was tired this morning. I came downstairs to the gym. I chased hard because I was tired. Because I was thinking about you, and I was like, the easy decision is the one that I can't make right now. I got to make the harder one.
And the thing about that is all you got to do is get started, and then it'll take over.
Yes. And you know what it did, brother?
Once you get the blood flow, it's like, I was doing the same thing. This morning I was doing my fucking burpees. I'm like, holy shit. The first couple, I was like a boar, dude. I could barely get my fingertips to the fucking ground. Right? And I was like, but then I got my warm up set in, and I'm like, okay, a little blood flow. Man, it like completely changed my state.
I'm gonna speak very intentionally for a second here, but there's something to be said for what you just said, right? Like those first, like I'm being really serious. Those first 1, 2, 3 burpees, your brain and your body, you're almost like talking to yourself going, what the fuck am I doing right now? Right? Like literally. But then the blood starts going and it's like this magic potion in the body, eh? And it's like me this morning when I got on my bike. I was like, what am I doing? But then as I kept every minute went by, I got harder, it added my resistance, my blood got pumping, my brain was like, ding, okay, it's good to go now. Right?
Yeah, it's like my brain is kind of trained like, oh shit, you're a little behind the 8 ball. You need to get sweat up. You'll feel so much better. I can literally, my brain projects to how I'm gonna feel, and that's why I run to it.
Yes, yeah.
Like if I'm really fucked up, like if I'm really like, holy shit, I'm really dragging ass. Yeah. I'll totally bastardize my schedule so I can get a sweat quicker.
Oh, I'm the same way. I'll shuffle something around. I'll create a meeting, quote unquote meeting for myself. And I know you do too, whether that meeting is a nap or whether that meeting is physical time in the gym, that's time for me because we as humans are so easy to give up our time for somebody else, for a meeting or for something. And I tell you, to me, this is truth, man, where it's like, no, I'm booking a meeting at the 30-minute nap for myself right now. And I know you're a big napper, dude. I know you are.
Yeah. Yesterday was good. I had another good, really good meeting about my newest business.
Oh yeah. How's that going?
That's going fucking great. That thing's gonna actually. I think that one right there is probably going to be the biggest of the fucking group.
Well, I'll tell you something. I didn't want to say it live when you told me. When you told me that you were doing that, I said in my own head, this is going to be the biggest one out of all of them.
Yeah, it's fucking once this thing gets going.
Yeah.
Then that's fucking 5 companies.
Yeah.
I fucking love it, dude.
That's pretty cool, man. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah.
And the thing I like about this one, the new one, is I'm going to have a role, of course.
Yes.
But I do not have like a set daily responsibility within this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is fucking really cool.
Yeah,
I mean, I have roles and things that I need to do,
yes.
But there's not, in most businesses, even if you're just kind of an overseer, there's some literally like for example, a morning meeting. I don't even have a set morning meeting.
Oh yeah. There you go.
So, and I'm not, and it's just nice because I guess it's kind of just a new structure, which is cool.
Yeah. Hey, coming up, Johnny. Larry, don't call me Hagman joining us. J.R. Ewing joining us at the bottom of the hour here today. We got Kai dipped into the budget. Larry Hagman joining us. I'm excited about that one. But before we do that, hey, John, something related to our conversation a few moments ago. Our brain Our brain has an exercise memory, and the scientists, not Petro, scientists just found the switch.
Your brain has been keeping score of every single workout you have ever done. Not your muscles, not your lungs, your actual brain.
UT Southwestern found neurons that store a memory of every workout and control your endurance ceiling.
The 3-week plateau is exactly when your brain is peaking. Quitting there is insane. Your neurons are literally begging you not to stop.
Again, you know this, but the more you train, the more your neurons fire. The more your neurons fire, the better your endurance get. Right, the rep idea, right? So the science has found that your muscles, as they like getting trained, they keep wanting to be trained. It's just that idea getting started, like you said.
Well, it goes all the way down to a cellular level.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean your Krebs cycle becomes more efficient. You produce more ATP, more MOTC. It's just it's like it's kind of weird, or I should say, funny. Like myself.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of like, I can say there's this middle that it's hard to find, but it's like, I feel at my best. I look at my best, too much. And I'm kind of like, I'm a little overdone, not enough. And my body is like lazy, if you will.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Is that what you'd say? It doesn't respond?
Yeah. It's like a racehorse. You've got to keep him loose. You got to run him every day. You can't just leave him in the stable.
Yes. Yeah. I'm. Hey, so I got a clip here. I titled WTF is this, dude? Check this dude out. I tried to find out if this was AI. It wasn't.
No, I know that dude. I'm not personally, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, talk to you about that, man. Like that actually. Like, so
well, you got to pull up more. He does more than that. He does like this fucking. He got a lot of recognition on the internet.
Yeah.
He would basically like get down, like have this. If that's his Instagram,
yeah.
Find one on there, Jimmy or Kai, where it looks like he's running, but then the camera goes back and he's on one foot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty. That's how he did his same video, different setting, all over the place. But it's just like fuck. It's just kind of interesting to watch.
Yeah. Good morning, Maverick. Yeah, but I just want to talk a lot for a second here. So him putting his lats out like that, that's just intentionally that's just a learned movement of tweaking his muscles, right, Johnny? I'm being
so different than breakdancing.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Of course.
It's just a pathway that's become so familiar that he can do that doesn't look like it's possible. Kind of like, Michael Jackson, he could fucking moonwalk in a way where very few could do. And you try it and you're like,
yes,
it doesn't work. Well, that's good. Michael's been doing that since he was fucking 3.
Of course. Yeah. I just saw that. I was like, wow, I've never, he kind of reminded me of Kenny Patera. Remember Kenny Patera, the wrestler, when he'd walk, whenever you do his cuts, his promos, he'd be tweaking his chest biceps all the time. He'd constantly be fucking just tweaking his with Mean Gene Okerlund on the screen.
His chest biceps?
His chest is no. Did I say biceps? I'm sorry. I meant his pec muscles on his chest. Yeah. Hey Mavericks, can you explain how Dex works and why it's pumping? Can I get another dip to buck again to stack? I got to be honest, Mav. I don't know what you're referring to today. I do know we're going to talk a little bit about guys that families, people that decide to lean into the world of like. John, would you bet everything on? If you had a chance to bet everything on crypto, somebody said it'd give you a massive opportunity. Would you just do it, or would you how much risk would you go over there with?
Well, I mean, that's a pretty fucking vague question. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, crypto. It's like, there's a fucking 1,000 things I would need to know about what I was betting on. Crypto is just saying it's just like an arena, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to rephrase that. So back when
NFT, go to the horse track and bet it all. Well,
yeah.
Fuck, what horse? What race? What jockey?
When NFTs were hot there for a while, I almost walked into that world and dropped some big coin on NFTs. I almost got caught up in it. Right, where it was like buying, and again NFTs, crypto, that's very much that same world there. But I want to get into conversation in the second hour where folks that get into those spaces and bet it all, right, and hope it's going to turn out. And you're right, whether it's crypto, whether it's horse racing, it's just this idea of gambling your investments away, right?
Well, the thing that's hard to fucking you don't see a lot of people that you make fucking millions of dollars in a day or two or a week or a few weeks at the fucking horse track.
Yes.
But you see it in crypto all the time. And usually what you're seeing, see what people understand about crypto is this. It's, and of course this is really boiled down, but it's just a shift of money.
Yes.
No more money is created in there. It's like people, it's just this shift. So the few people grab a whole bunch and most people lose their fucking banks.
Yes.
You know, so would I do it? I would have some fucking serious understanding of what was supposed to happen. But more importantly, I would be following a trail of trust.
And the trail of trust and who's involved in it is what you're saying to me.
I would need to go back to as deep as I could go to decide if because of course it starts as a tip.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Well, how far can I track that tip back to trusting what's going to happen?
Yeah. And as Jess said, long term, looking long term instead of short term, right? Not right. If you're rushing in to buy what everybody's talking about right now, you're already too late.
Well, it depends on crypto. You got if you're betting on a big coin, then that's a long term. But if you're betting on a fucking small one, you better be ready to get in and out quick.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they're designed to fucking go up and down, and you got to grab the top and not wait. Like these little ones that pop up, it's not a 10-year investment. It's like possibly a 10-day or a 10-week investment.
So with the geopolitics of the world right now in the last couple of days, Johnny, Bitcoin broke 74,000. The Iran deal sparks the biggest crypto short squeeze of 2026. Sterling, what's this about?
$500 million in shorts got deleted overnight. While people were sleeping, gone. Bitcoin hit 74,787 after Iran deal hopes dropped oil below 100 and flipped markets risk on.
That's not a rally. That's a forced buy disguised as momentum. 75K says we find out who's real.
Hagner joining us in a few moments here on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. Yeah, Johnny, if you remember a couple months back, we were talking about crypto under 60,000. Now it's hitting 75.
Well, and see with Bitcoin, it's almost like, yes, it's a coin, but there's just so many different dimensions to this one, say in Ethereum too.
Yes.
Like with Bitcoin, this is like the one place, if you believe that it's going to actually make it, because you got the guys like Dan Pena saying this thing will go to zero. So if you can get past that, if you can get past that, then you got to realize what Bitcoin represents is they can't make more of them.
Well, and I guess sometimes what we forget about is that so Ethereum has more of a utility than Bitcoin does.
Yeah,
right. Ethereum you can
define for two different purposes.
Yeah, precisely. Yes, precisely.
Yeah, I actually have them both. Because I believe.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah,
I believe that both of them will do something. And what I didn't want to do was fucking make get a 50-50 shot at picking the right one. Well, I'll just play them both. I think they're both going to be successful.
Yes.
One will be more than the other. But I didn't want to be the guy going, fuck, I should have put it all on this one because I went on the wrong one.
Yeah. Jess, Amazon was a great buy earlier this year, but only if you have the time to wait. Yeah, true story. Well, that's why Jess, I don't know if you heard John and I talking before, but we talk puts and options quite a bit, which is a way to get in on big stocks or big companies, but not actually hold the stock. I know, John, you've played the game of puts and options before.
Dude, I missed a massive fucking call late last year. God damn it.
Did you really? Yeah.
It fucking ran out like just weeks before it fucking did what I thought I was going to do. I was so pissed. It would have been, it would have been a couple $100,000. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah. Larry Hagner joining us in a few moments here. Larry, don't call me Hagman Hagner. Hey, Johnny, I found a current event. So garbage. Hey, Kai, you got this garbage truck thing here running that current event there, Kai? So there's a dude here. I found this quick little story. This guy's pissed off at his neighbor about a garbage removal situation. Hey, Kai, run this clip, man. So check out this guy. Imagine this being your neighbor. He's like, fuck, you're not paying your bills? He goes and empties his entire garbage truck in his driveway.
It's declined.
Who has a garbage?
Declined the cars.
Martin Perez, owner of the dumpster firm, says when he asked about payment, all he got was delays and broken promises.
Keeping saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna pay later. I'm gonna pay later. I'm gonna pay later," and never did. Or say, "Oh, I'm gonna put the money in the car, so and you can charge on Monday." Happened like Monday. We try again. Call. Oh, I forgot.
All right, so Johnny, Larry got up that morning and he's like,
Jesus Christ.
He's like, fuck that. I'm going to go and piss on my... So he would have drove to work that morning, got into his dump truck, loaded up with a bunch of garbage, drove on to the neighbors, and he's like, there you go. You're not paying your bill. Here you go. Like that's savage move, Donnie. That's savage, man.
I think that's the fucking most, because this is the business owner we're talking about.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard. All the time that he wasted on fucking dumping garbage in some fucking guy who owed him a few $100. He could have. I mean, now look at the fucking prop. This guy's gonna have to clean all that up.
Well, that's not savage. You know,
I think that's fucking stupidity, not savage.
No, savage.
Savage would be the guy that says, you know what, your service discontinued. I'm not leaving you people like you in my ecosystem.
I'm thinking about him him waking up saying to his wife, "This fucking guy's not paying me. I know what I'm gonna do." He gets into his car and drives to work, and he's just determined to fuck you. He's like, I'm driving over there and dumping all the garbage. Like, his whole mindset, to your point, if he would have took that energy and went in a different direction, what could he have accomplished? So it's well said, actually. Right?
It's like, Jesus Christ, it's like this is the guy right here. There's no fucking reason.
Yeah, no, at all, actually. At all.
It's like I look at that and I think, I mean, it's crazy. As I get older, I've actually determined this. Like, as I get older, one of my biggest things I get anxiety from is time. Time, because it's like, holy shit. I had this realization, like, 2/3 of my life is over.
Dude, don't even get me started.
So when I look at something like that, I think that is the biggest fucking waste of the most valuable asset that I have left.
I would say the source of contention
that I have, period. You know what I mean?
The source of contention in my house, maybe for the last few months, has been from time to time, I get anxiety or I get anxious and I get angry, and it becomes an issue with me and Lauren where I'm like you, or I'm like, I don't have an extra fucking minute. She's like, yes, you do. I'm like, I don't. And I know I do, but sometimes, I'm with you, man.
You said you get angry?
Angry, anxious. It's not angry or I'm getting mad, but like an emotion that I don't like because I feel like time's just passing by, and it's an emotion that I've become aware of more than ever, frankly.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't get angry about that. That makes it fun. That'll make the whole thing a lot worse.
Oh yeah, no, not angry, just like, but it's an uncomfortable emotion, and that I've never had before because I'm recognizing, like you.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm with you there, bro. You said angry, and I was like, oh no, we need to stop that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say,
me, I listen to the words.
No, yeah, I mean angry, but not like I'm fucking pissed off at you. I mean angry, like this like anger, anxious, like this emotion that makes me kind of like, oh my god, I gotta get this done, right? And it's is
there more than one variation of angry? Is there more than one version of pregnant?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just partially pregnant, Johnny. That's what it is. Partially pregnant.
Yeah, I'm just partially pregnant. I'm anxious and I'm partially pregnant.
Yes. But I can tell, I know about this time thing, especially we do our show now, right? But I will quickly tell you before we bring Larry Hagner in coming up, when I was one of my first businesses years ago, a guy owed me money and I went and sat in his office, waited for him. Just sat and waited. His team's like, well, he's not getting back till later. I'm like, I don't care. I'll just sit and wait for him. Sat in his chair. I just sat with my feet up and just waited for him to show up. He's like, what are you doing here? I go, you owe me money. You haven't paid me in 6 months. He goes, well, you don't have to sit here. I go, yeah, I do, because I need to get paid. So it was an interesting learning situation for both of us, for him as the guy who owed me money and me as the person who was going to collect it, because I was probably kind of being dickish. And I learned from that because I was maybe there was certainly a better way in hindsight. Just like the guy who dumped the garbage on that guy's driveway. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, real quick, I'm hanging on one thing you said with the anxious and angry. And you said Lauren is then coming to you and saying, yes, you do. You're saying, no, you don't. Right?
Oh yeah. So
my if that's the true dialogue, my question would be, is there more to her saying, yes, you do?
Oh no. So
is it like an underlying request for your time?
No, the challenge often is we value time differently. I think it's kind of similar to you and Terry, I'm suspecting, where...
And in my world, when I hear stuff like that, I have to read much deeper than the words, because really it's a request is what's happening.
Yeah. So with Lauren and myself, I'm always like, dude, you're always late. She's like, no, I'm not. I go, yeah, it's fact, actually. When it's time to leave at 8 o'clock, I'm in the car at 8 o'clock and you're stumbling at 8:03 or 8:04. So it's kind of been always a bone of contention for her and I around time, right? And I think maybe I don't like rushing to an event. I like getting there like at a good pace. I don't want to rush there to fucking feel all anxious to get there. Like I'm already late, right? So it's always been a bone of contention for her and I around this idea of time. Right. She thinks she's on time. I think that she's late. So then it just feeds into my anxiety around time. It's like our dance. You know, we all couples have dances. It's our dance.
Well, here's so I have the same thing with Terry.
Yeah.
Here's how, because over the course of years, that became that I don't know, that call it friction.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's not enough friction to cause any fucking problems. But as time goes on, that friction gets more intense, but it happens so slowly. You realize, fuck, this has become like an issue between us.
Yes.
But it happens so fucking slow. So I caught that, and there's at one time, it was years ago, I ended up acting poorly because it was too much. She was too late.
Yes,
and I was like, okay, Jesus Christ, yes, being late to this event, is it fucking worth what I just put my wife and I through? No.
Oh, dude,
and so what I did is I convert this to, I'll be in the car. So I go sit in the car and that turns the heat up on her. But versus if I sit here and try to usher her out the door, all it does is it almost creates a push-pull.
I've learned that exact same thing as you. Maybe it just took me a little longer than you. But brother, I feel like we're reading the exact.
Just so you know, brother, I didn't learn that fast. It took me a while.
Dude, I'm still learning.
I've just been in the relationship longer. That's all.
I'm still learning it a couple months ago, so I'm with you, man. And it's our thing. It sounds like it's yours and Terry's thing. So, and I've learned too. Okay, I'm gonna go wait in the car, take a deep breath, because the more I'm in the house, let's go. We gotta go.
Do you tell her?
No, I just go sit in the car.
Well, so check this out. Try this, because what I because I was like, okay, I need to put pressure on her so she's not aware of time. When I try to continually point it out, it just pisses her off.
Yes.
So what I do is just a few minutes before we're supposed to leave, I'll say, I'll meet you in the car.
Yes.
Which at that point, then she's like, oh, fuck, I better hurry. Versus if I'm sitting there pushing her, it's like, fuck you.
Yes. So, but this is good though, because this relates back to Larry. I got you coming up in a minute, brother. I know you're tuning in there. And actually, this is a good conversation with Larry, because Larry talks about this stuff, some of the same stuff we're talking about here. But John, let me tell you something. This is why I maybe dropped the word anger when we first started, is because it was causing anger, anxiety with time and in our relationship. Because
put in this context now, I clearly see where you can where the anger came in. I thought it was just hanging around the house. That's in my mind.
It was like anger or frustration. And it was right from day one with Lauren and I. But here's the flip side of that. It's also one of the reasons I so unequivocally love her. You know how it's like we love her. It's like we love everything about our partner, the quirks, the personality things. It's like Terry loves the fact that my Johnny farts all the time. It drives people, but I'm just making jokes. But it's like we love these things about our partner. Like I would miss the fuck out of Lauren if she wasn't here and I was waiting for her and I had nobody to wait for, just like you would with Terry. So I think it's the same thing. Like I as much as it frustrates me, that's also what I love about her too.
Well, here's an interesting little side note. I got a buddy of mine, his remedy. And it's fucking crazy, but it completely fucking cut the problem in half.
Yes.
When it's time to go, if she's not ready, he just goes. I'll meet you there. Because he's like, I'm not late. That's me. And if you are, that's your choice, and that's okay. But I'm not. So I'll meet you there. And he gets in one of their fucking cars, and he drives to where they're supposed to go. And she comes, whether it's 5 minutes or fucking 50 minutes later, it's her choice.
I'm gonna try that. Our guest turned a devastating moment of failure as a father into the dad edge, the OG community of the men's space. Johnny, I'm looking forward to this one. Larry, don't call me JR Ewing, Larry Hagman. Larry Hagner, you're winning at work and you're losing at home. The guy who's been saying it longer than anyone. That conversation with myself, John Anderson, and Sophia Grant starts right now on Mornings in the Lab.
Nobody at the Monday meeting asks the real question. How's your marriage actually going? You're closing deals, getting promoted, building something. And the person across the dinner table stopped reaching for you.
There's a name for it. Sad clown syndrome. Winning everywhere except the place that actually matters.
Larry has spent 11 years on that problem. Larry's biological father left before he could walk. 9 months old, gone.
At 12, the man came back, said I've started over, then vanished again. Straight F's followed.
At 30, he walked into a Starbucks in St. Louis. His biological father was sitting there.
A long, hard reconciliation followed.
One night, Larry lost his temper at home. His 3-year-old son put his hands up to protect himself. He didn't see his son. That's where the cycle almost won. He built the dad edge, then left his high-pressure job for good.
Because your kids don't wait for you to figure it out.
If you've ever felt guilt as a dad, this is the conversation for you.
Larry, welcome to the big show. We're happy to have this chat with you today.
Hey, Johnny, get this, man. You're 30 years old. You walk into a Starbucks in St. Louis, and sitting there is the man who abandoned you at 9 months old. The same man who told the 12-year-old boy, I've started over. What do you do? Just like, fuck you. Do you walk out? What do you do? What do you say? Because most people either punch or leave. The guy coming up right now did something much harder. Nation, meet Larry Hagner. What's up, Larry?
What is going on, guys? That is about the sickest commercial I think I've ever seen. Holy cow.
Sophia Grant. Sophia got paid this week, so Sophia's in some new gear. It's making
Sophia looks like she just got fucking brought off a goddamn Amish farm. We need to put her in some fucking better gear. Jesus Christ. Who the fuck is dressing her?
Larry, where are you joining us from? Are you in St. Louis, Larry?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, gents?
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the big show. Glad to have you here, dude. I got to be honest, man, a little bit nervous having the conversation because you dropped some stuff, man. Man, you got you're. I got to think your story is going to be relatable to a lot of dudes. Where do you want to start with it?
Man, I'll start. Yeah, we can start right there if you want.
Well, so actually, before we do that, you heard Keith and Johnny talking about anger and anxious and time. I saw you nodding there, family, dads, and so forth. Any relatability there about those things we were talking before we brought you in?
Man, anger and time.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I think, when it comes to men, right? I mean, I think it's safe to say, man, I'm in this camp too. I think one of the most reoccurring emotions that we feel as men is anger. But here's the truth about anger, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anchor man. I said anger man.
It's okay. Well, we found. Yeah.
Here's the truth. Anger is a secondary emotion. So we always feel something first, whether it's fear, whether it's sadness, whether it's overwhelmed, stressed out, whatever that is. And that usually shows up as anger. So like a lot of people, I think that a lot of men out there are very angry people, right? Very angry human beings. But if you really peel back that onion layer, it's usually not anger that's that first culprit. It's really all about, what am I feeling before I get angry? So I want to give that understanding out there first.
Bunch of other ones. Yeah. Although I got to say, brother, I'm going to have to categorize myself as not most men. And I'm going to contribute this to my father, who is my non-blood dad. And he would literally, when we met when I was like 7, and he said to me, I only met him once. The second time I met him, he was basically talking about being my stepdad. And anyway, he said, look, he goes, I just want you to understand, you're going to see me mad about as many thumbs as you have on your hands. And I was like, true? And he's like, maybe. And I can't remember. He died when I was 21. We're talking 14 years, never saw him mad.
That's crazy, man.
It is so difficult to get me mad. I mean, and in my age now, I don't give anybody the power to make me mad.
But Larry, how about the awareness of John's stepfather in that moment, right? Like, and we're not talking, I'm suspecting Johnny, we're not talking about a man in 2026 with some emotional awareness. We're talking back in the 60s, 70s, Larry. And he says to his
60s, I wasn't even born yet, weirdo.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. So yeah. So we're talking about a man who's talking to his stepson and having that awareness. That's pretty fascinating, Larry. Is it not?
I want to. John, I'm so sorry. Your stepdad. Obviously dad, but not blood related dad, passed away at such a young age. But man, I would love to hang out with that guy You know, even today, man, I've been doing this mission.
Graduated MIT in 3 years.
Yeah.
Was a chemical engineer, created his own chemical plant. He ended up selling it, unfortunately, right before he got cancer. But yeah, he was a huge piece of who I am for sure. Because it's like my blood dad who made me, I got that just fucking dive in head first from him. Right. And, but the flip side, I have dive in head first, you can really fuck up, but you're not going to display this fuck up with anger. You're going to stay calm. And it's a pretty fucking interesting mix that I got, you know?
Yeah, man. I can only imagine. And I do have a question about the chemical plant. Can I ask a question about that?
Sure.
Okay. So, I've seen The Incredible Hulk and I'm looking at you and I'm wondering, did he throw you in like one of those, things that he went into and then all of a sudden like John came out just like, bam.
Funny enough, he did not understand my love for lifting weights. He was so, like book oriented. He spent his time, the time that I spent in the gym as a young boy, he spent time reading type stuff,
But he was so patient with you, John. And you've talked about his patience with you, right? You've talked about the way he communicated with you. But
I think he would even more so. He was like, when you're a kid, you're like, well, what happens if, why don't we just take all the money and split it up so everybody doesn't have to have a job? And he'd say, okay, well, that's a good question. But what happens if one guy that gets his share of the money decides he doesn't want to do what he needs to do to hold up his end of the bargain? So he would just, he wouldn't just a normal person, oh, that wouldn't work, kind of dust you off. He would take me with the silly little questions as a kid and present a question back to me to get me thinking. So he was a wise dude for sure.
Yeah,
it's awesome, man.
John, Keith, and Larry this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Larry, take us to that moment. You're with your 3-year-old son. You lose your temper. Your son puts his hands up. When I read that, man, I got to be honest, I clinched because I've been there. I've been the person on both sides of that situation. I'm being vulnerable with you right now. And your son put his hands up, and not to hit back, but to protect himself. Eesh. What happened in your body in that second? Because that moment, Larry, that's not just a parenting story. That's the origin story of everything you have built, which frankly brought you on this show today. Talk about that moment.
Yeah, man. Worst moment probably I've ever had.
Yeah, I can relate, brother. I thank you for sharing. I can relate. I'm with you there.
Yeah, definitely worst time I've ever had as a dad. And I'll tell you, when I first got married, not only, you guys heard about my own biological father.
Yeah.
And, but there were several, my mom was married a total of 3 times and there were several men, in between there. And every guy was the same guy, just a heavy drinker, just an abuser, just heavy hands, heavy with what they would say emotionally. So like when I first got married, man, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make myself 3 promises. Number 1, I'm going to be a good husband. Number 2, I'm going to be a good dad. And number 3, I'm never going to hit my kids out of anger because I was hit a lot. And then what happened was on that horrible night, my son was actually 4 at the time, is we were getting ready to move and I was packing up his playroom and I was in a horrible headspace. I was in sales at the time. I lost my biggest customer that day, which was going to impact our income by about 40%. Thought I was going to lose my job. My wife was a stay-at-home mom. My head was a mess, packing up all of his stuff, stressed out about moving, 3 hours of work. My son comes down, 4 years old. And I look at him and I said, hey, buddy, I said, do me a favor. Dad just worked 3 hours to pack all this up. I was like, please don't get any toys out of the boxes. And here's some toys right here that you can play with. And I'll be back in 30 minutes. Dad's just going to take a break. And you know what? I look back on that now and I'm like, what in the world was I even thinking? Like, that's like somebody starving and
telling an alcoholic not to have a drink when it's the drink, when the fucking bottle's on the table.
Exactly. So it's like, yeah, it's exactly like that. I always say it's like going to a buffet and you've been fasting for 21 days. Be like, look at the food, but don't eat it, And so I come down and what do you think happens? He got out tons of toys, made a huge mess. And I just turned him around and I just reacted and I swatted him on the butt and I spanked him. And as soon as I did that, I was like, oh, and then here's the thing, man, here's the dark part. He fell. And I was like, oh my God, like, what did I just do? And he fell like face first. He didn't hurt himself when he fell. He just kind of tumbled over, but then he like rolled over on his back and I like went to go pick him up. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And he literally just went like this, like, please don't, like the look on his face was just fear. And I was like, what in the world did I just do? And I pick him up and I'm holding him. He's crying. You know, I bring him upstairs, put him to bed. And that was it, man. That was the line in the sand for me. I was like, no more. I cannot do this way. And I started thinking about every single thing in my life that I was somewhat good at. And the time I was in fitness, martial arts, I was pretty good at my sales job. And I started looking at those things and I was like, what's the common denominator? Why am I pretty good at these things, but I suck at this? And it's because I hadn't learned anything and I hadn't invested any time, any resources, no reading of any books, no nothing about being a parent, being a husband. And I was like, what if I just learn something every day? And when I first started Dad Edge, and I'll finish with this, never did this for a following, never did this for like clicks or anything like that. I'm talking like this was 2012. So this is like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I just started a Facebook page and I was just like, I'm just going to learn something new every day. And I'm just going to post it here for my own record, not for clicks, not for anything, just for me. And that page grew to 120,000 people. And I was like, why are these people following me? Like I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I'm putting all my stuff out here and like all these mistakes I'm making. But these people were just like really, really engaging in it. But that was the catalyst, man.
Good for you, Larry. Dude, that's so I'll share with both of you. I had a similar moment. I remember it like it was fucking yesterday, Larry. We were in the garage. Carter was coming out of the house and he's here right now lifting. And he was running late, Johnny. He was running late, trying to get him to school. And I was on the bottom of the stairs. I remember like he was on the top of the stairs. And Larry, Johnny, I just fucking freaked out. I just blew a fuse, freaked out. He was crying, upset. And I was about to fucking smack him on the ass, Larry. I drove him to school that day. That rest of the day, I went and fucking looked in my own mirror and I said to myself, what the fuck are you doing, man? And I never did. That never happened again, ever, because I did not like my behavior. I did not like my moment. And I did not like the look on his face and the tears in his eyes when he was like almost like saying to me, what the fuck are you doing? And so Larry, when you told that story, I can relate completely to that.
Well, as I kind of join in the sharing. So because I've actually, we've all had these moments.
Yes. Yeah.
If you say as a parent, there's not a moment you wish you can't take back.
Yeah.
I mean, some are going to be bigger than others for sure. But my middle daughter, man, I've done it to all of them, but I mean, my middle daughter was the most friction. She was just like me. And there's anyway, so long and short, there was a few times where I just fucking acted out of character. You know, and it was triggered by something that she did, but something that should not have triggered me that way. And I was like way too hard on her. And it wasn't like I was, anyway, it was way out of character. So I went back to her and I said, hey, kiddo. And I did in person. I said, do you remember this time? And the first one I talked about, she was probably, I don't know, 10. And I described it. We were here, we were in our gym, and this happened. And on the way home, once we got in private, I just, kind of let you have it on what was going on. And I just got to say, whether you remember this or not, I said, I'm really sorry. You didn't deserve that. And she goes, Daddy, it's okay. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It must not have been as bad as you thought, but it was obviously for her, but it was for me too. It was fucking cleansing because I needed to let that shit. I had been harboring how I behaved in that moment for fucking years. And it was like, God damn it, I need to get this out. And more importantly, I need her to know that I recognize that was not the dad that she knows. And I needed to apologize. And it was really fucking pretty empowering. And I did, there's probably 3 or 4 of those that I did over the course of probably a year or so.
It's interesting what you said, Johnny, because I haven't had that conversation with Carter, and I feel like I need to. Even for myself, I suspect he's not going to remember.
Probably not, but it's free. And when she said she didn't remember, I was like, fucking inside. I'm thinking, God.
So then, Larry, your son, have you had that conversation with your son?
Oh man, many times. And if I showed you a picture of him right now, he's 18 now, and he's like a freaking specimen. He was the
you're like, Dad, yeah, you're lucky I didn't kick your ass right now.
Oh, dude, yeah, no kidding. Like it's funny, man, because like he's the center for his varsity football team. He's been on the offensive line for 10 years, all through high school.
That's cool.
But yeah, we talk very openly about it. Like he's attended. I mean, I've spoken on stage several times. This is the story that I always tell. At least 4 or 5 times he has been in the audience and he has heard this over and over again.
Yeah.
We've even talked about it on the podcast. We talk about it very, very openly. And, you know, it's funny, man. He's like, Dad, and it's kind of the same thing. He's like, I don't remember it and I forgive you. And, you know, nothing like that has ever happened since.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we talk very openly about it, very authentically about it. We don't hide it at all.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Married?
Oh yeah, man. Married to my college sweetheart. We've been married for 23 years this year. We've been together for 30 years.
Wow. 30 years married, Johnny. 4 kids, 4 boys, right?
How old are you, brother? Put that in context.
Yeah, I know. I was good because when he said 18-year-old Johnny, I was like, what the fuck, you 20? Like, what, do you have a kid when you were 2? Like,
No.
you look, how old are you?
How old do you think I am?
Yeah, I'm going to say 35, 38.
I appreciate that, man. I'll be 51 in 3 months.
What?
Yeah.
No, you got it. Hold on. You got a full head of hair under that hat too.
Hold the fucking horses.
Full head of hair.
Hold the horses here, Kai. Hold the horses. Johnny, something's going on here. You're 51?
I'll be 51 in July.
Dude, you got good lighting like me and Anderson. So we're both 54, man. Welcome to the club. Fuck, I honestly thought when you said you had an 18-year-old son, I'm like, how the fuck old is this guy? I thought you were about 38. Seriously.
Oh man, I love you. I love you. Thank you so much.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, I would not. I would have been in the wrong. I would have been not even close to 50s. I would have been in the 40s, most likely early 40s. You know, I would have been. I could have even gone in the late 30s for sure.
Hold on, John. I can't see his head. It's big. It's growing. Hagner, your head's growing right now, man. You got to.
Dude, I just want to hug you guys.
Well, see, I thought for sure. Like we have this other guest on. He joins on Friday. He's truly a doctor, a professor, I should say. Yeah. He's a bullshit professor. I can't remember what college he teaches at. And he comes on and he says his age. We were kind of surprised. And I'm like, and he had a hat on full.
Yes.
And I'm like, take the hat off. Because usually then the hat will reveal. But brother, the hat trick didn't work with you.
Well, yeah, Petro's in the comments. He goes,
Petro pulled his hat off. And I was like, okay, I see it now.
Well, he says, I think maybe he looks like 35.5. It's funny how Anderson Petro picks half because he's not going to go to 40. Yeah, Petro thinks he looks 35.5. I love it. I absolutely love it. Hey, Larry, so you got 4 boys. You must look at your boys, and as a dad, I'm going to make some. I'm going to suspect. Look at your dad, your boys with pride, knowing that you've set them up, hopefully on a better path than you have been on. You shared with your experience being raised by different fathers and perhaps a tumultuous life growing up. I'm suspecting your boys have a pretty solid foundation. As a dad, you must look at them with pride.
I really do, and you know, there's a lot of play at that, man. I'm a pretty humble dude. You know, I always feel like I can't take credit for that because I always say, man, your dad not only screwed up so many times, he screws up every single day. But yeah, I've got a 20-year-old, 18-year-old, 12-year-old, 10-year-old. And I'll tell you, like, I'm looking at my young men, my two older boys, and they're just really, really freaking good human beings, man. Like my 20-year-old is just so empathetic, so amazing. He's going into firefighting.
Yeah.
And he is built for that. He meets people where they're at, but he's so calm in chaos, which is unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
My 18-year-old, like I said, he looks like a special forces, like he could kill you, and he would if he got pissed off enough. But he is like the most loving, most loyal, just incredible human being. He's had the same girlfriend now for 4 years, and just an unbelievable. And I tell these kids all the time, I was like, you men are so much further along and so much better than I was back then and who I am even today. Like I learned from you guys now, and that is the honest God truth.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny,
you got to give yourself some credit because
I agree.
There's no question, there's nature and there's nurture, but what you're describing is nurture.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Larry, we had you for 30. Do you got to rock and roll? Do you want to stick around for a lecture with myself and Johnny?
I can stick around for a little bit if you want.
I'd love that.
I'm good.
Absolutely. Yeah. So John, when we come back, we'll get into this one. Larry, John always talks, never let a good tragedy, never let a tragedy What's Johnny?
Okay.
What's
You're really good at butchering these fucking really smooth statements.
Please go ahead.
Never let a good tragedy go to waste.
Well, the tragedy for Larry was unfortunately the way you were raised when you think about it. And you had a moment, dude, where you're like, I'm not letting this fucking happen ever again. And when I hear you talk about your boys, and maybe you don't realize this as we reset hour 2, but when you talk about your boys, it goes back to that moment where you said, I got to fucking learn how to be a dad. Like, you think about that, right? Had you not made that decision, I need to learn how to be a dad. And Keith and John talk about it all the time. We're not taught when we're raised how to be dad or how to pick our partners. The 2 biggest decisions in life, we're not raised to how to learn that. And you had a moment where you're like, I got to fucking figure this out. Now listen to you talk about your boys today, Larry. Seriously.
Thank you, man. You know, I first of all, I want to comment on that. Never let a good tragedy go to waste. I've never heard that, John, but I got to tell you, man, that is something that I think every single person in your audience needs to hear, because I think
brother,
a lot of times, man, we let a tragedy just decimate us, right? But there's always learning in the storm, and it's, if we can take some of those lessons and learn and just pivot, man, that's what life's all about, man.
Well, and a lot of times this stuff, to a certain extent, we bring ourselves. When I say that, I mean, we all want more. We want this, we want that. We want this better life. Well, what you're asking for is life to fucking kick you in the nuts, because life's not going to get easier. You got to get better. So life's going to put the obstacle in front of you. If you can overcome that obstacle, you meet a better version of yourself, which means that's life. That's how life gets easier. Life didn't change. You got better. And if people can reverse the table and see when you're asking for more, brace yourself, because here comes the shit.
Oh yeah. Big time, man.
Good morning, everybody. Hang out with Keith, John, and Larry Hagner this morning on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. We're going to do a reset, and we're going to come back on hour 2 and keep the conversation going with myself, John, and Larry right now, live on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John. Hey, Kai, let's get it running, and friends. Yeah, wrong one there, Kai. Not me. It's Johnny Anderson. Let's do that one there. You got the wrong.
All right, this lifestyle tip, we're gonna run a little further with kind of what our man Larry and I were just going back and forth with, and the whole idea of life being a challenge and life having tragedies and never letting a good tragedy go to waste. You see, here's the thing. Life happens for us, not to us. You got to flip the script. If you're one of these people that sits around, oh God, why does that happen to me? You're becoming a victim of life. Life is going to throw you curveballs. Life's going to kick you in the nuts. Life kicks you in the nuts. You're on your hands and knees. And you got a different viewpoint on the world. You need to think, life, God damn it, that hurt, but thank you for kicking me so hard. I'm on my hands and knees because I know down here I'm supposed to see something I couldn't see when I was standing up there, because everything is good. And when you adapt this mindset, this is when life will change. You're either going to you're going to win or you're going to learn. Failure is not failure is testing. Failure is figuring out how to get where you want to go. You only fail if you quit. And that's the problem. You ask for more. Life throws a curveball at you. You play the victim and you quit. Now you failed. You see how this works? Ask for more and brace yourself. Get ready to go to battle. Recognize very clearly that when you overcome those obstacles, you become better. When you become better, life gets easier. That's how life gets easier. So don't sit there and say, why is my life so hard? I wish life was easier. That's you're asking for an obstacle so you can get better. So that's how you get what you want. That's how life will become easier. Just remember that. Life never gets easier. You must get better. Rock and roll.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We are live right here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Hey, 7:30 Eastern Time. Matt Roof got us started. Today's a big day. The network is growing. We're here live from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. Cheryl Whitaker just wrapping up here this morning on It Starts With Joy. And then coming up, What the Truck? What the Truck, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, right here live. We got Paul Reedner joining us, coming up to have a conversation. But right now, we are spending some time with Larry Hagner, the guy who says he's 51. I don't believe him. I think he's full of bullshit. I think he's actually closer to 35. But Larry Hagner, myself, John Anderson, we're getting into a conversation. Kai, your toughness is killing your recovery. Stoic masculinity is PTSD's best friend. That conversation starts right now. Me, John, and Larry.
Every man in this room knows someone who got praised for never breaking, and nobody asked what was happening underneath.
A new study says stoic masculinity in men with complex PTSD deepens trauma instead of resolving it.
Therapists can praise the composure and completely miss the man drowning inside it.
Acknowledged. The armor got you here, but recovery starts when you take it off. We're getting into all of it.
So, Larry, I called an audible because I had one topic, but because we were going into what we were talking about before the reset, I thought I'd come here. When was the last time someone asked you how you were doing and you told the truth, my brother?
Ooh, man. So that's one thing in our community, man, that we always talk about. It's like, and that's actually a code that we live by, is that you tell the truth.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got to tell the truth, because here's the real truth, right? When most men are surrounded by people, by other men, by other people physically, but man, inside 70% plus men report feeling lonely. And I can't remember the actual percentage, but I think it's right around there, that about 80-something% of men don't have a 3 a.m. emergency friend. And I think that that's a real miss, because the man that's asking, hey man, how are you doing? Fine. How's everything at home? Good. How's everything at work? Busy. So we answer these questions.
Still not a conversation. So
Larry, that's why we started the show. So it's a live show every Monday to Friday as a place for men to get up and maybe feel heard, safe space, accountability, just the basic things that life seems to overcomplicate. Just come hang out with Keith and John for 2 hours. Just to maybe getting up in the morning with us might help you not make a self-sabotaging decision at night. It's changed my life, frankly.
I agree with that, man. If I can tell every man, one thing, it's like, be an outlier, be different. Yes. And I think a lot of guys will label like, well, and there's always usually some sort of battle that a man is facing, right? And we keep that to ourselves. We keep that inside. We don't have like this table of counselors. We don't have this round table of what we call like our boardroom of men, where we can like really dig in and get deep, right? But here's the interesting thing. I think most men, and me included, used to view this as like, well, if I lean in and I share some things that are going on in my life, well, that's weak, and my friend or whoever this guy is going to think that I'm weak.
Strong. That's having the balls to do it.
That's right. And I'll tell you, the guy that is face to face with you, the one that's nose to nose, toes to toes, or the one who's sitting beside you, is actually waiting for you to go first, right? Yeah. And there's a way, I think, that you can do this that gives like that also feels very, very masculine, right? Because I think a lot of guys, what they don't want to do is they don't want to be that negative Nelly. They don't want to be that guy who's kind of bitching and complaining. But the truth is this: you can do that in a way where you can also compliment a man. So like, for instance, I've got, several guys in my circle and each one of them, all of us have strengths, right? Of some sort, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your finances, your health, whatever it is, right? Whether it's your parenting and patience, that kind of thing. But there are men already in your life that have these gifts that you truly want. And one of the greatest things that you can do is ask for advice. And the way that, like, I think a lot of guys are like, well, if I go to my buddy and I'm like, man, I don't know what to do, like my marriage is on the rocks and blah, blah, blah. And that doesn't feel good to you and it doesn't feel good to him. But I think there's a way that you can do something a little bit different. And I also think this complements the other man. So if I'm sitting across from somebody who I know has got a rock star marriage, and maybe my marriage doesn't feel great right now, maybe the communication's off, the intimacy's off, whatever's off. And I just say, like, hey, Brian, and this one of my buddies named Brian. And I was like, hey, Brian, like, can I ask you some advice? And of course the guy's like, yeah, like they feel so freaking complimented, right? They get to do the one thing that we love to do as men, and that's contribute and problem solve to another man's life.
Yes.
And when you say, hey, Brian, man, I've been thinking, like, dude, you got a rock star marriage with Courtney. Like every time I see you guys, you seem like you're in lockstep, like your communication's on point. You guys seem really happy. And me and Jessica, we're going through a bit of a season, man. Like we're not really communicating well. Like our sex life is a little off. Intimacy is a little off. I don't know exactly what's off, but what's working for you, man? And I think that type of approach, that good masculine energy approach, where you're not that negative Nelly. And of course, the other guy is going to come to life and be like, oh man, let me tell you. And he'll tell you. But what you also did in that moment is you gave that guy permission to dig in with you. And I can't even tell you how many times we're like, well, hey man, now that we're on this topic, do you mind if I ask you a few things about a few things? And I'm like, no, let's go. And then suddenly you have now deepened that relationship. It feels a hell of a lot better than just like negatively talking about whatever's going on in your life. And that's a conversation that men are waiting to have, man.
100%. I think I totally get how what you're saying about, just opening up a conversation, bitching, complaining. That's not helping anybody. But it's just coming, saying, look, hey man, I'm having trouble, but I see you've got this, this great setup. I need to understand a little bit more about how are you doing it? I can see you're doing some things that could help me. I mean, the idea of, I would say, a leader will pull his pants down first. So admitting you're having problems is pretty fucking cleansing as well. And then asking a buddy who you feel may have something to offer, there's a lot of pile. There's a little guy right there.
What's up, brother? Well, so it's funny, Larry, because that's to me, it's one of the amazing contrasts of my buddy here, my brother, John. You look at John, he looks like the Incredible Hulk. Like he's a big physical man. Yet when you hear him speak, and I always joke, I always invite people to judge the book by its cover, judge Keith and John by its cover, and then listen to us talk. Because you listen to John talk, he talks about all the things you're talking about, the softness, the kindness, the mental, right? Where you judge him, oh, he must be a beast. He must be an angry physical man who's just nothing but, aggression because of his body. Yet you speak to him and there's a kindness, there's a softness, and there's a way to, it's like a new type of masculinity, Larry. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, man. I agree.
3 out of 4 boys are eating digital masculinity content, Larry, and it's making them feel like failures. I'd love to hear your opinion on this when we come back from this clip.
Your son didn't search for alpha male content. The algorithm searched for him, and it found him before breakfast. 3 in 4 boys ages 11 to 17 see digital masculinity content every week. Heavy exposure links to feeling useless, lonely, and no good. Algorithm ain't raising whole men. It's building insecure consumers. And the fix ain't banning phones. It's being present.
The 3 of us are Gen Xers. We were never raised the same way our kids are being raised. 1,000 boys, Larry, 11 to 17, 73% said they encounter all this stuff daily, and it's hurting their brains. What's your thoughts? How are you parenting your boys through this?
So this is a continued conversation that goes on in my house all the time. And it's not just even the masculinity thing, but it's everything, that they see on social media.
Yeah.
And the conversations so first of all, let me start with the beginning. If you want to teach your kids masculinity, then you need to be the guy who is exemplifying that, right? But what is masculinity? Masculinity is actually kind. It's calm. It's also dangerous when a man needs to be dangerous, right?
Yes.
But it's a mixture of both. I don't really subscribe to the guys who are masculine, who are screaming, yelling, going nuts online. In fact, my kids and I will look at that. I actually interviewed a podcast guest back in 2019 who was like that, and I actually use him as an example. I was like, "What do you think of this?" And here's the cool thing: we've had so many conversations about this, and I'm talking like the guys, like, blah, blah, like all this stuff. I'm like, "What do you think of that?" And and my boys will look at it and they'll be like, "I think that's absurd." I'm like, "Why do you think it's absurd?" Because a man, and this is the response that I get, a man doesn't need to be like that to be a man. A man who is a masculine man is a kind man, is a loving man, is an empathetic man. He's also a dangerous man. He's a protector as well, right? He can be dangerous when he wants to be, but he doesn't have to shout from the freaking mountaintops that he is. In fact, the most dangerous guy in the room is the quiet one. It's not the loud one. right? And my boys know that. And we identify that stuff. I was like, the guys who really try to overdo this are the ones who are struggling with it. And that's why, like, you know, my two older boys, they've grown up like this. Like my 18-year-old's a perfect example of this. The kid is like, I joke with him all the time. I was like, I don't know what happens to you on the football field, but you are a totally different human being. And he's not even that big of a dude. Like when he was the center, he's 205 and 5'9", but he would take on these dudes, you know, who are the nose guards who are 265, 285. And there were games where I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no way that my son's going to be able to hold this guy off. My son, I think I only saw out of his whole high school, like maybe 10 times that the nose guard got past him. But like, he is an absolute savage, but he's quiet about it. I was like, what do you do when the nose guard is like in your ear and he's just like talking trash to you? He's like, I just stare at him and I don't say a word. He's like, I allow my athleticism, my strength, my speed to do the talking, and he can talk all he wants. And I'm like, and that's, I mean, I think that is the example right there. And then when he gets off the field, what does he do? And I have so many photos of this. The first person he comes up and hugs is his mom, and then his girlfriend. And I'm like, and he like does this thing where he comes in and he like rests his head on her shoulder. And I'm like, how are you like this outside of the football field, but you're here? And he's like, and the answer is always the same. I know when I need to be dangerous, and I know when I need to be humble and loving. And I'm like, and there it is right there. I mean,
100%. Yeah. It's like a lion, man. He's chill, he's relaxing, you know, but then when it's time to kill, he goes and kills. Yeah. You know, it's like, you got to be this, as you said, dangerous man, this warrior that uses those skills in battle only. You know, outside of that, you know, it's like a button that you push or a switch that you flip, you know, and I love what you're saying, brother. Really good stuff.
Larry Hagner, John Anderson, Keith Billis. Larry, John, I think you know what I'm going to say here. I am really enjoying this guy's energy. Larry, you have an energy about you, brother, that I just want to walk towards. Seriously.
I got you, my friend.
You are welcome back here anytime. Seriously. I always like to say once a guest on the show, you know, and now an alumni member of the show, you come back anytime, hang out with us, man. Coming up, I got Paul Reedner hanging out, waiting in the green room. Larry, we got a brand new show launching on the network today called What the Truck. Starts in 45 minutes. Paul Reedner, Adam House, Joshua Kent. They're leaning into a life of service, a show targeting veterans, but not maybe how we think about veterans. We're gonna welcome Paul into the lab. This is myself and John in a couple minutes here. Larry, any closing words, comments, advice? Anything you want to say before we wrap up today? And I just want to extend some humble gratitude and thanks for your appearance today. But anything you want to say before you leave?
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. The last thing I want to say before I leave is, you know, your kids are going to follow your lead, and they're going to follow the example that you create. And here's what I'll tell you. The most important thing that you can do is have good other men in your life. Iron sharpens iron only if you're close enough to strike. And the final thing I'll say is, or ask is, how did you guys get a video of my driveway with all that trash in there? I didn't think that was public.
So you're not paying your bill, my friend.
Right.
I love it. You know, one of the things that I say, kind of bouncing off of your last statement about fatherhood, is, you know, our kids, we as men, we got to realize that our kids emulate. They don't give a shit what we say. They emulate what we do. So I always ask the question of, you know, friends and, you know, anybody that we're having a conversation with, are you giving something great for your kids to emulate? Because they don't care what you say. They care what you do.
Yeah. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that.
Hey, Larry, are you a hockey fan out there in St. Louis or not really? Are you a football fan?
Man, we love our Blues. We love our Blues.
Yeah, so I'm here in Winnipeg. We are in the same conference, so we have battled each other along the way here. So now that I know you're in St. Louis, I'll be thinking about you as I'm watching my team not make the playoffs this year, and you guys either. So
right, us too.
Exactly, Larry, dude, I'd love to grab a coffee just some time and get to know you outside of the show. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time with you. Like, I mean, seriously, thoroughly enjoyed my time so much that I might have to ask John to move out of the seat and have you move in. All kidding aside, but Hagner, Larry, don't call me Hagman Hagner. Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab. Have a good one, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Larry's out of here. We're going to welcome Paul in for a quick second. John, that was awesome, man. Holy smokes, eh?
Yeah, speaking the language.
Very much speaking the language. I'm still having a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that the guy's 51, dude. Even your face when he said that, you're like, what?
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't see that one coming.
Chris in the comments, deep feelings. We want to love each other. That I forget his name. So many mails today. Follow him. Yes, absolutely. Good to have you, Chris. All right, Johnny, I'm excited about this one. In 40 minutes, Paul Riedner, Adam House, Joshua Kent. They got a brand new show coming on our network called What the Truck. It's a conversation for veterans. And I invited Paul. You haven't met Paul here yet. I invited Paul to come hang out with us for a few minutes and talk about what they're talking about. But before we do that, Jimmy got a little bit of a fun little clip to intro it. Jimmy, let's run that clip. Let's bring Paul Riedner in this morning on Mornings in the Live with Keith and John. Oh, I love those tunes. Paul Riedner, good morning, brother.
What's going on, fellas?
Hello.
Oh, what's up, brother? That was a great intro for that show, man.
Isn't it? Yeah. Jimmy put that together for Paul. They're launching today in 40 minutes. How you feeling, Mr. Riedner?
I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a great time, and watching that little clip play just gives me a lot of confidence. Having Adam House on my side and Josh Kent, who got my back, that's gonna be a great time. Of course, and your team doing all the work to help this get rolling.
That's awesome, man. So Paul, tell us a little bit about the show. What's the vision for the show, the purpose of the show? It's a different veterans kind of show that I know you guys are pretty excited about, but give myself and Johnny and our audience a heads up on what the show is all about.
Sure, yeah. What we're doing is we're putting military vets in the room with entrepreneurs and athletes, because what happens is when the uniform comes off, each of us has to figure out what's next. And you're going to start fresh. You're going to be in the fog. That's what we talk about when you exit a company, when you retire from pro sports. Those are cliff events, and you're not going back. Same in the military, right? So you find yourself in this fog, and the only way to figure out, how to move forward, you got to start moving. You can't see a pathway. You can't see the terrain. You got to start moving. And so it's going to be the intersection of those three things. But also just helping people perform, deal with things that in this last segment, talking about fatherhood, like trauma gets passed down through generations.
Yeah. Oh, does it?
Right. So, what are the best ways to deal with our shit and just improve each and every day? So we're going to explore a lot of the transition problems, but also empowering veterans and talking about, hey, there's a lot of misconceptions about military vets. And so we want to address some of those things and highlight folks that are thriving. A lot of vets in business, a lot of vets that want to get in business, but they just need, a hand up, not a hand out. So we'll talk about a range of things and bring a diversity of opinions into the room.
Yeah. Johnny.
I love it, brother. I love it because, some in the military, they've developed the habits. They've developed what they need to go be successful in other places. They just need that bridge to get to the new platform.
Yeah.
Love it. Fucking love it.
Paul, what's the biggest misperception that me and John as civilians, because Paul served in the service. Paul's been in the service. What's the biggest misperception we have as civilians for somebody stepping out of the military? And actually, you and Josh taught me and Adam yesterday, like, you're never out of it. You're always a veteran. But how do you teach me about life post-military?
Well, the best way is through experiences,
right?
Through conversation, but also shared experiences. Like we did a executive sniper experience with a client a couple of weeks ago, where they got to interact with Josh and I on the range. And so to break down some of those misconceptions and stereotypes, some of them are that like everyone has PTSD.
Yeah.
Or that military vets are undereducated opposed to the general population. There's so many of them, when in fact vets thrive in business more than civilians actually. But it's
habit driven, man. I mean, the habits that are developed in military, it's just like, it's the same scenario. Whether you were an athlete or in the military, all of the things that you learn to do to survive in those environments, you bring that into real life and you're a fucking rock star.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to hire someone straight out of college, how much leadership experience do they have? Right? And then you hire someone out of the military, they already have a ton of leadership experience and have been invested in heavily with real world, consequences on the line.
Mm-hmm. Love it, brother. Fucking love it.
Paul, you said something which strikes me. You said a couple of seconds ago. Not everybody assumes, or something along the lines of Johnny. I always butcher this shit up. Everybody assumes that all veterans have PTSD. Don't you all?
Maybe from the experience coming back into the civilian world, and maybe that gives us all a little bit of PTSD.
But you giggle about it because I can tell there's a nerve there, because that's a big misperception, isn't it, Reedner?
It is, and I don't mean to say like
no.
I'm not casting dispersions to everyone that thinks that, but it's just something that I've experienced, and through the research, that's something that we go through, right? Because I've had a business owner tell me that he doesn't hire vets because he's nervous about them going postal or something. I'm like, are you serious?
Really?
Dude, let's real quick. Let's compare, 10,000 average men and 10,000 military people. The average men are going to fuck up far more.
Totally.
That's the most retarded fucking thought process I've ever heard in my life.
And everyone's gonna fuck up some, right?
Period.
That's how we learn. But who's gonna quit?
Yes. Yeah. Hey, Johnny, check out Paul. Paul's sitting in the What the Truck studio. Paul, it's looking sharp, dude. I got to tell you, man, you are looking sharp there in the What the Truck studio. Hey, Paul, so I grew up with this. I know Anderson did too, and I know you're a smidgen younger than both of us. But and I woke up and I played with it so often. The slot car racetrack. Anderson, did you have one of these? I think Petro had one.
Big into the fucking slot cars, dude.
Did you seriously, Johnny? Yeah.
Real big in that.
Yeah.
I had this fucking box where I had so many of them, I could make my own version. The fucking thing would go out my room, down the fucking hallway, into my brother's room.
Man, the slot cars were best. I remember one Christmas morning, my parents got me slot cars, and I remember like it was yesterday, putting the track together and getting it all. That's
snapping it together like that. Oh yeah,
yes, yeah, and then trying to make.
And then you accidentally you get it too complex, and you're trying to cross it and step on it. You break the fucker. Like, God damn it.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious. Do they still make slot car tracks today? Reader, you have some young kids, do they?
I'm not sure.
We're all going to get off and get onto Amazon and see if they do.
That looks like the same one I had, though.
Drastically upgraded. I'm sure they fit together much easier and they don't break as easily.
They're brought a Bluetooth car. They're all just connected and doing crazy shit to them. They're all smart along the way. That's funny. Hey, Reader. Hey, John. Before you guys go.
Hey, John, before you go, you got to see this toilet attachment that looks like a chrome octopus with anger issues. It's like a KitchenAid mixer got fired and said, fine, I'll churn other things. Who approved the Murder Claw bowl? They pour in fake poop like it's a cooking demo, then the prongs start spinning like, welcome to the Thunderdome, Edition. I'm crying. Imagine sitting down and hearing whirr clank like your bathroom just booted up a boss fight. This is peak men will invent anything except fiber. Next update, Bluetooth, subscription plan, and a warning label that just says, brother, no. Hey, John, we need to talk about who buys this, why it exists, and what it says about modern desperation. I know a few buyers who fit that description perfectly.
Oh, I know you don't spend a lot of time with me and John on our show often, but John, John loves his videos.
I still have no idea what I'm supposed to be looking at here. What is the function of this thing?
So this is to clear your constipation.
So you're going to sit on that thing?
Yeah, that's the point of it.
Okay, well, that makes much better. The gay boys, see, the two guys that presented this, they're my gay brothers on the show. But it makes much better sense because the gay boys can't wait to sit on that thing.
So, Paul, John has a bidet.
For those of us that don't think like that, this makes no sense. If you want something large stuck up your asshole, this makes perfect sense.
There are certain themes that often weave its way through our show, and bidets and bowel movements and shitting and these things that we just do as humans, Paul, are quite popular on the show. So when I saw this new device coming out of Asia, I immediately thought of my brother John, because I'm thinking Johnny might be able to use this if he doesn't have a bidet somewhere.
This can't be real, right? This is a fucking joke, right?
I hope, dude.
There's no way.
It's apparent. It's available in Asia. I hope it's a joke, but I don't know what to say other than, sitting on that and sticking it up your ass would not.
You don't have Metamucil?
Yeah, thank you. You know?
Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Anderson, I'm getting you out of here. Reedner, I'm getting you out of here too. Paul, you ready to go, eh? 30 minutes? Ready to rock and roll? We got Jimmy behind the scenes for you. You guys are going to have fun. I'll be watching behind the scenes and look forward to catching up with you after. And dude, I'm so proud to be working with you, Paul. Seriously, man.
Same here, boys. I appreciate all the help, and it's gonna be a fun time.
Awesome, and we'll look forward to
doing
this,
brother. Go fucking kill it, man. I'm rooting for you. Go have some fun.
Thanks, John.
We'll look forward to doing this on Wednesdays, Paul. We'll have you on a regular basis, and we'll tease what you guys are talking about. All right?
Love it.
Have a good one, pal. Take care. Readers out of here. We're gonna wrap up with Johnny on this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Johnny, fun day, man. I really enjoyed Larry. We had some fun. Paul here as well. Paul and Adam, we do some good shit, man. That's some good stuff for the veterans, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What do you got going on?
The intro for that thing was cool as hell too.
Thank you. Yeah, we worked really hard on that one. That was Melissa and Jimmy and the gang pulling it together. We had a vision for that, and their characters are Cole, Caleb, and Donovan, military guys, and it's actually pretty cool, man. Do some really neat stuff. Yeah. What do you got going on today?
Well, let's see here. I got a day in the gym.
Nice.
I actually got to go back. Funny if I actually got to go back to the bank because I'm starting a bank. Right. No, but here because I'm starting a bank down here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So you have to. I mean, there's no way to avoid that. You're a fucking foreigner. You got to go prove who you are and all that shit. They had to send all my paperwork off to Mexicali.
Yes.
And so then today I go back and I sign. I get my checks and my card and all that shit. So.
Yeah, that's fun, man. I gotta be honest, man. When you and I got engaged and we now are part of the show together, I never thought I'd be talking so much about the fucking bank. I thought I was done talking about the bank, but this is awesome, man. It's a big part of my world with you, going to the bank with John Anderson. There could be a segment there. Speaking of segment, that was fucking good with you, me, and Brianna yesterday. You and Brianna were fucking fire, man. I was giggling yesterday thinking there's actually a couple show. Inviting a couple in to have John and Brianna break it down. That's fucking. I'd watch that because I'd be wanting to know what you would say.
I'm really interested to see what type of because there's she requested to leave the show with me. I'm very curious to see how they're going to do that.
How they're going to get you out of here? Yeah, exactly.
I was like, holy shit, you can't put her in the bang bus with me.
No,
that's pretty assumptive.
No. I'm solo. Lauren's gone to Denver for a couple of days. She has a work event, so the handsome chief has got solo life expectancy work for a couple of days. So hello, right hand. But Lauren's back on Friday
anyway.
Oh, that's exactly it. Yeah, it doesn't matter a difference. So it'll just be just me and me, my friend, just me and me.
That's it.
All right, well, listen, brother, lots of love for you. Have a great day. We'll look forward to hanging out with you in less than 24 hours.
Have a good loop, my brother.
You as well, my brother. Johnny Anderson, lots of love for him. One of my favorite individuals. Spend time with him every single day. Have a good one, Anderson. Take care. Get you out of here. Good morning, everybody. I got the monologue coming up here. Monologue today is AI didn't kill your job. I'm going to go into the AI one here again today. Yeah, I'm going to go into that one here again today. AI didn't kill your job. Weak companies did. We're seeing a lot of this happen in the news these days. Companies laying off people, firing people, and blaming it all on AI. I think that that's just a weak thing to do. And we're going to get that monologue dropping in a few moments here. It looks like Cheryl Whitaker is going to join us in a few moments. Holy smokes. What is she going overtime here, Jimmy, or what? Wow, Cheryl Whitaker starts with joy. She'll be dropping in here in a couple minutes. I guess we got a monologue here. And I know I think I had a life hacker segment too that if we have time we can get to. I got some, Jimmy, I saw that one, man. That toothpaste one, dude. I was like, oh, people might want to learn about that one. So, all right. So, Jimmy, you tell me what we're doing here. Shall I do a monologue and bring Whitaker in, or we want to do we can do a monologue and we'll bring Whitaker in, and then we do community corner. Want to do that? That could work for us this morning, and that could work actually extremely well. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the monologue, Jimmy. We'll do monologue, and then we'll bring Whitaker up and catch up with Whitaker after that. So, Jimmy, let's do monologue. Let's do focus, and then we'll come back for Whitaker. How's that sound? How many seconds do I got? How many seconds do I got, my friend?
A lot of people blame AI for layoffs. That's the easy story. The real story is weak companies getting exposed. AI didn't invent bad leadership. It didn't build bloated org charts. It just made the waste visible. We rewarded looking busy. We built systems for optics, not results. Now the question is simple. Why did this take so many? When work becomes process, people rot inside it. We lose time, pride, and trust at home. That's what the cuts are really about. This isn't a tech story. It's a standard story. Weak output can't hide anymore, and comfort-first cultures won't survive what's coming. We don't need more meetings. We need clearer decisions and fewer layers. If our value disappears when software improves, the ground was always weak. Chief's about to break this down. The question isn't, will AI take our job? It's whether we've stayed undeniably useful. Morning begins here.
You open up the news everywhere, and it's like AI didn't kill your job. No, your weak company did. A lot of people are blaming AI for layoffs. So I have an opinion, and it goes like this. I think it's too easy. Yeah, it's too easy. AI just did not suddenly create weak leadership in your company. Nope. And AI did not invent some bloated org chart because the company made a few extra bucks, so we're going to hire some extra people. No, and AI did not force companies to spend years hiring layers of managers, building fake productivity metrics, rewarding people for looking busy instead of being useful. Nation, AI, it's not the disease at all, actually. No, we're going to step back from this one today. No, it's the scam. Think about this. Let's reposition it. It's the machine that just lit up the X-ray and showed everybody where the rot already was inside of your organization. That's what's happening right now, but no one wants to talk about it. We'll just blame AI because it's easy. 2 letters. I'm done. I've made the decision. Companies are cutting jobs left and right while pouring money into AI. And listen, I'm doing it too. Reuters has reported that time across tech and beyond are shedding workers as investment shifts toward AI, with companies like Block, Dell, Oracle, Atlassian, and others tied to this broader trend. And look, I get why people are scared, and you all should be. I've been talking about it for a long time now, but not because some robot is coming for your job tomorrow. No, you should be scared because this moment is exposing something in your organization, probably in your life, that's a lot more uncomfortable than 2 letters that are apparently taking your job. You want me to tell you? A shocking amount of modern work that we have been postulating over was never as essential as the people wanted it to believe. Yep, there's the headline, you guys. Think about that for a second. That is the absolute headline for years and years and years. My friend Cheryl Whitaker, I've worked in corporate, she's worked in corporate. Think about this. Entire companies hid behind the cheap money, the inflated teams, the endless meetings, the race from quarter to quarter with systems built to maintain the appearance of what? Progress. What? That's not progress. Appearance, slide decks, status calls, internal politics, the feature creep. You go to a meeting with 5 people in it. You ever gone to a meeting with 5 people and done the math on that one? Yeah, let's invite Susie and Cheryl and Joe and Dwayne and Jim. Holy fuck, I'm sitting in a $200,000 meeting right now and we're not making a decision. And you wonder why people are being laid off? Fuck, man. And now AI walks into the room like the kid who says the thing nobody wanted to say out loud. Why does this take 12 people in this room? Yeah, that's not a technology question, you guys. That's an indictment on the leaders in your organization. And this is where people get sentimental along the way. And they start saying, well, AI is taking the human out of work. No, not at all, actually. It's that fucking leader in your organization that has been quietly not making decisions. A lot of companies took the human out of work a long time ago, turning work into a process, turning contribution into moving paper from one side of the desk into another, called bureaucracy, turning talent into maintenance. Guys, AI is just making it harder to hide. You can't hide. That's why I don't think this is primarily a tech story. No. This story is much deeper than that. This is actually about standards. It's a story about standards. Weak companies, and there's plenty of them out there. Yeah, the standards are exposing them. They're getting caught. The mediocre workers that are over there in the corner, you're getting exposed. You're all getting exposed. That's why you're all bitching about AI and you're all liking the shit that we're putting up because you can't fucking do it yourself and you're getting exposed. True story. And leaders who built cultures around comfort instead of output are about to discover that the future has no interest in protecting their inefficiency at all. And I know that sounds harsh. Good. I'm glad it does sound harsh. I'm glad that mirror reflecting in your face doesn't make you feel very good, because it should. Because we've spent too much time pretending every role in our organizations are sacred. Every workflow is necessary and every company deserves to survive just because it exists. It does not. No. If your business, if the business that you're building or the business that you're in only works when nobody asks hard questions, if your value as a human disappears the second software gets better, then the problem is not AI Nation. No, the problem is that you were standing on weak ground and calling it a career. And now you're being exposed because you haven't been keeping up. And instead, you'll just bitch about it. Oh, it's AI slop. Oh, AI is this. Oh, AI is that. No. And oh, hey, by the way, this is not just about workers. No, this is about me too. The executives, the leaders, the CEOs, the CFOs, because there's a lot of CEOs out there. I'm talking to all of you guys that look at me with a frown on your face, that look at me with this, what's that guy having to say? Oh, I got something to say. Because a lot of CEOs are going to use AI the same way they use the digital transformation. Oh, fuck, do I got to deal with that right now? And the remote work that every other trendy phase before it says is cover for bad leadership. That was the whole remote work thing. Oh, we got to have people in the office so I can fucking manage them. No, it's because you're a bad leader. It's because you want to cover for your cowardly decisions that you will not make. Cover for not knowing how to build lean, clear, high-performing organizations in the first place. It's one of the reasons I lost my fucking job, because we made decisions. Oh, you can't make that decision. Well, wait a minute. That's the decision that has to be made. Those guys aren't making it because they're fucking pussies. So, no, I'm not here to tell you that AI is evil. And I'm definitely not here to tell you everybody should panic. But I am here to tell you this, and I'm here to tell you this very clearly. The era of getting paid just to sit inside a system and move paper from one side of the desk to the other is ending. And it's ending fast. And it can't end fast enough for the handsome chief. The people who survive this shift will not be the most credentialed at all. The letters after your name, good for you. I'm glad you put the work in. Thank you very much for coming out. They'll not be the most corporate. No, they will not be the best at Slack meetings or politics. They'll be the clearest thinkers, the best that can articulate. Oh, but AI makes me dumb. No, it doesn't actually. No, because when you have to think and you have to articulate, you have to express yourself, that's the ones that'll win. The fastest learners, the highest agency people in the room, the ones who can create, decide, adapt, sell, lead, and move. Guys, that is the name. That's the game we're in right now. So maybe the question is this. Maybe the question has to look like this. Not, will AI take my fucking job? No, that's the wrong question. That's the wrong question you should be asking yourself right now, my friends. Maybe, and all of you guys that are my age, your age, and all of our age in Gen X right now, maybe the better question is this right now. Maybe it's just like this. Was I doing something so valuable? Oh, it's so self-important. Fuck off. Maybe the better question is this. Was I doing something so valuable, so sharp, so undeniable useful that no serious company would ever want to lose me? Really? That's a brutal fucking question. Because in 2026, here's the thing. It might be the only honest one. Joe Whitaker, what is going on?
Holy shit. I am like sitting here listening to you. That monologue was just fire.
It's truth.
Standing on weak ground and calling it a career. Damn.
It's true. And many people are waking up that way. And I'm telling you, man, there's many people our age, 40s and 50s, that are waking up that are going to get hit by that and go, oh. Like, and I'm fucking warning them. I'm warning people daily about this. And they just and then instead, oh, you're making AI slop. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, all the way off on that, my friend.
How was your show? You had 4 guests on it today. Holy smokers.
4 guests on. I wasn't even sure how it was going to look on the screen, but it was so much fun. So we ran a little bit over, but it was great conversation, a highly engaged chat. It was cool. We're talking about accountability. Very aligned, right? We're talking about accountability. Yeah. We talked about Artemis.
Yeah.
All the amazing things with that whole experience. And it was just really good. 4 other founders, you know, sitting in a room talking about accountability and how we hold each other accountable. We meet every Monday. Every Monday morning we meet. Yeah. So it was great.
That's awesome. Cheryl Fat Whitaker. It starts with Cheryl. It starts with Joy every Wednesday, 8:30 on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Big day today for us, Whitaker. Big day for us today. We had Kindness Rising. We got your show. We got this show. We got Paul Riedner coming up in 15 minutes. So
oh my God, I will be there.
So we got the network is live today. So think about this, Cheryl. March 11, 2024, when I started this thing, me and Neiman and Jimmy showed up, and there's nobody here except my mom and dad. Right. And now we got hundreds of people showing up throughout the show. We got Maddie's show. We got this show. We got your show. We got Riedner's show. Wednesday is a stacked morning on the network. Hey, Thomas Patterson, no more AI. I like the idea. No, I don't say that, actually. No, I like AI. I don't got any time for so here's what I like. I like that AI is the great equalizer for all the fucking lazy people out there, because I grew up in a world like you did where I just saw the lazy people work over there, and I'm like, fuck, why don't they do some work?
Yeah.
Well, I have big challenges with unions. Sorry to all my union friends. Sorry. I love all my brothers and sisters out there, but I have a real problem with a union. I do.
What's the problem?
What's the problem with the union?
Mm-hmm.
I think their interests aren't aligned with my interests as a business owner.
I understand.
Yes. Listen, I understand there was a time and a place for them.
Yes, there was.
Was being the operative word.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a place for them today.
Mm.
Do you differ in your opinion?
No. To be honest, I think about some of the unions they're still out there in the States. I think about like the nurses.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think that they need the advocacy.
Yes.
So I will say it depends.
That's fair. So, and I will say that I can appreciate your point of view. Yes, there are facets of society that do need advocacy. I will agree with you there. I think that I think there was a point. I believe there was a point in society where as we were going through a period of time where it seemed like unions just had the leverage over everything, and it was like, holy smokes, man. Is there not a different option? Holbright says, I do the equivalent work of 4 of my coworkers by using AI. My boss doesn't want me using it.
Wow. Why doesn't your boss want you using?
Because it's protecting. It's back to the union thing, protecting human jobs.
Yeah.
Right? And listen, my mom and dad worked in 2 union shop environments, and that's been a big part of my world. I just find that in my POV, I find it suppresses those that want to climb. And it equalizes everything out, and I'm not a big fan of that all the time.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just thinking about Adam's comment. It's really interesting. A friend of mine, I might tell you the story already, Keith, where she did like this whole project. It took her 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And she did it without AI, and she was very proud of herself. And then when she gave it to her boss loved it. And she asked her, did you use AI for this? And she's like, nope, didn't use AI. I did it all myself. And she said, you should probably use the tools that we give you, because you could have given this to me in 2 days as opposed to 2 weeks. What was her
real response?
She was devastated at first, and then she started using AI, and now she loves it.
So she was devastated at first because she thought that she was doing the right thing.
Right.
Interesting.
And her boss was like, you're not using the tools that I'm giving you to do your job.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear you say that, because it's going back to, no, but I prefer to use the calculator, or I prefer to use the pencil and paper, right? Or I prefer to use this. And it's like, well, hold on a second. Why aren't you using the tools that we gave you? Right. It's just like when I hear people still making the statements today in 2026, Cheryl. Oh, did AI write that? What, are you fucking kidding me? It's 2026. Of course I wrote it. That's like asking me if the computer printed it off. No, it was written on a typewriter. Like or when I hear people going, well, I don't know, ChatGPT is going to write that for me. Or you go and you hear somebody do a speech. Do you think AI wrote that? Fucking rights it did. I was at a funeral a while back and somebody had a great speech, and it was the world's greatest speech according to everybody. And I just politely was smiling in my head, because I'm like, well, yeah, because they use the tools available to them to write it, as they should. As you should. And I mean, I use it to write stuff for me, but I will go over. I don't just take it. That's where the slop comes from. Take it, right? Use AI, copy, paste it. Don't even review it. Don't even take a look to see like whether or not it even sounds like you. But then you start to like train. I mean, I learned so much from you in this regard, Keith, about like, Claude and Perplexity, and then having them sound like you, like they're you. Then you know what I mean? That it's just kind of like, well, damn, they're my partners. In this kind of building. Well, it's interesting, Cheryl. So Howard has a comment, and I got to be honest, Howard, your comment opens my eyes a little bit to something you're saying here, because perhaps maybe that's where my naivety takes over. He says, I think it depends on the company whether a union is required or not. In my last job, we needed a union. I was a local and vice general chairman. The company didn't treat their employees as people. And I'll be honest with you, that last sentence is where I still have naivety as a human, because when I hear some people I'm like, wait a minute, you run a company and you're an asshole? Like, your people need to have a union. So I do hear your point of view, Adam, where I guess there are still leaders, Cheryl, that are assholes. Seriously.
Well, it's what my whole business is built on.
I know. And I sometimes lose sight of that, because my belief is, my naivety is, well, if I'm treating you with the way that I treat you as a leader, that you would do the same thing, but your experience, your own personal experience, like Keith, nope, that's not how it works.
No, but we need more. We need more Keith Billises in the world, my friend.
Yeah, and I guess that's why, and I guess that's where unions are helpful, right? So,
yeah.
Hey, you're going somewhere tomorrow.
Yes. Oh my God, Beatrice she's a nervous wreck about it, right? My inner critic, but yeah, going on a cruise, and we're looking forward to it. And we're going to be streaming from the Atlantic Ocean next week.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
You did a little bit with Mildred yesterday, did you?
Yeah, we were all good. We're good. We got our plan B.
Nicely done. Cheryl's streaming live from the Atlantic next Wednesday. I'm looking forward to that one. Adam says, I used to get screamed at on a daily basis. The labor code and collective agreement were just suggestions to them. Yeah, no kidding. Adam. Well, and so when I worked at a grocery store, when I was growing up, Cheryl, I worked at a grocery store in Selkirk, Manitoba, and I remember the owner was one of his biggest fears was that there was going to be a union that was going to form inside of his business. Right, so he worked really hard at making sure that we were all taken care of, because he's like, his fear was that he didn't want to wake up and have a union shop.
Yeah. Don't start, none won't be none.
That's exactly it. Right?
Wow.
Hey, I got a life hack for you. Hey, Jimmy, let's run this life hack. So I saw this morning. I thought to myself, fuck, I wish I knew this sooner. If you guys can get this ready for myself and Cheryl, let's run this on the screen this morning. But check this one out. Yeah, so look at this. So sometimes you just need little things to help you through life. Good old toothpaste. Look at that. You got a leak. Cut that toothpaste off. Put it on top. Look at that. Tape it up. Put the cap on. Plug your leak.
Wow.
Look, so I'm not a handy dude. I'm handy on the computer. I'm handy digitally, but in the analog world, I suck at this stuff.
Yeah, me too. Dwayne is good with stuff like this.
Dwayne is?
Yeah, he's great. He can fix anything.
Oh, and so I was actually going to think that he wasn't. Actually, I'm actually kind of surprised.
Oh yeah, one day we had our shredder had a problem.
Yeah.
took it apart and it was in a million pieces. My mom was like,
yeah,
oh yeah, he fixed it. He put everything back together. Spatial ability is really crazy.
Oh, like, look at that. Like, how many times have you taken your RAID cam and that thing breaks off? And that's the good thing about just the internet these days. You can actually find a solution for everything.
No, it's
everything.
It's a light bulb.
I know. It's crazy, man. Look at this. And look at this one too. This is a good one too, man. I was like, wow, like look at these little. Yeah.
What's he doing?
Yeah, exactly. Watch this. Now we know that, but
okay. No. Yes.
So what? So sometimes I say to myself, like, who thinks of this? Like, how do you think of
I always wonder about that. Okay, the toothbrush?
Yeah, like who thinks of that? Like, are you got nothing left to do in your life where you're thinking about like if you're sitting in prison?
Oh my God, did you see that?
I did. Like, look at that. Like, if you're sitting in prison, you got nothing else to do. I can see where you're like, okay, I'm gonna go figure shit out. But like just to have the brains to be able to do that is just brilliant to me. Because
I know.
Because my brain does not work like that. My brain digitally works like that.
Yes.
Like not analog. Like I can't, like this guy's looking at a bike, or like John, like when you watch a video with John and he watches these movements that I can't see.
Yeah.
Right? It's fascinating to me.
How's John? I didn't make it in time to see.
You missed this one. So I was wondering, I was like, where the fuck's Whitaker? Like, oh, she's going over. I'm like, holy smokes, the lunch today. Johnny's good. We had an awesome guest today. You need to get Larry on your show.
Larry, all right. You know, I always go back in and watch your shows after.
Yeah, Larry, don't call me Hagman Hagner. J.R. Ewing. I had J.R. Ewing on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, Larry, don't call me Hagman Hagner. You're going to see him, and you're going to hear me ask his age. I'm not going to tell you his age until you watch the show, because you're going to make sure you're sitting down when he reveals his age.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. He's a dad. The long and short of it was dad of 4 kids, married for 500 years, had a moment in his life as a young man by non-biological father. It's a horror story of parenting. It's a great story. Great guest. It's that kind of energy that we just wanted to be around.
Oh yeah, you know I love that.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. All right, I'll be sure to catch up.
Okay, well, listen, I'm going to get you out of here. I know you and I did not get a chance to catch up yesterday. I am in the lab all day today, so maybe we can grab a few minutes to talk about tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
And we got Adam House and Paul Riedner and Josh Kent starting in 4 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye to you and walk ourselves to the next hour.
All right, see you soon. Thank
Take
you.
care. Cheryl Whitaker's out of here this morning on Mornings in Alarm with Keith, John, and Friend. Every Wednesday, 8:30, it starts with Joy with Cheryl Whitaker. A wonderful show on leadership that you're going to get nugget after nugget and a lot of great advice from Cheryl and Beatrice and Atlas and Mildred behind the scenes on the buttons. Okay, well, guys, I think we're going to wrap her up here. Jimmy, we wrap it up. Kai, Jimmy, and Melissa, we're going to take our way into the next big show coming up, guys, in 2 minutes. I cannot encourage you enough. Holroyd, Sullivan, Petro, the gang. I would encourage you guys to stay on the channel. Coming up in 2 minutes, we got Paul Riedner, Adam House, Josh Kent. It's called What the Truck. We are producing the show. I'm really proud of it. I think you guys are going to like it. Great conversations from 3 men, plus 3 other characters that have joined the team, Caleb, Cole, and Donovan. And we're going to be watching like you guys are. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Let's see what we got coming up tomorrow. I'm going to press some buttons here and make the sounds sound a little bit like this. There we go. Oh, there we go. They are ready. Nicely done. I see them right there, Jimmy. Yes, beautiful. They are ready. I see Josh there. I see Riedner there. I see Adam there. Oh, guys, this is going to be great. Go check out What the Truck right here on the Mornings in the Lab Network and whatthetruck.live. They'll be streaming there as well. Guys, thanks for tuning in today. I'm so grateful on a day like today when we had Larry Hagner, you're winning at work and losing at home, the guy who's been saying it longer than anyone. Larry gave us a hard look at what happens when a man builds a polished career on top of a starving home life, and then why being present in the house still matters more than looking powerful on paper. Guys, we had a bunch of other great conversations today. AI did not kill your job, you guys. No, The company you're working for, that weak company you're working for, that's the one that did. We closed out by calling out weak leadership, fake productivity, the uncomfortable truth about bad leadership, and so forth. And then tomorrow, guys, center stage, Jack Wilson. Woo, baby. Born under 2 pounds. Told he'd never be an athlete. And then he ran 240 miles and he proposed at the finish line. That's a conversation about resilience, identity, impossible standards, and what happens when a man refuses to let first prediction about his life become the last word. So guys, go handle your day like it matters, because it does. Build something solid. Tell the truth faster. Stop waiting for perfect conditions to become the best version of yourself, and keep talking about it. Guys, tune on in. What the Truck? It's starting right now. We'll see you guys in less than 22 hours. I'm looking at my clock. It's time to get out of here. Nation, 10, 4, 3, 2, 1. What the Truck starts now. Mornings and Lab is out of here. We'll see you guys in less than 22 hours.